Scoot back a little bit. That's what they be saying. Scoot back. Hey man, y'all tap the screen, man. On TikTok, y'all tap the screen, bro. Tap the screen. I just want to talk to the fellas tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk. I don't want to, this heavy on my heart. This been a little heavy on my heart, and I don't want to talk about it. I just want to have a decent conversation. I ain't trying to be mean. I ain't trying to I ain't gonna yell. I'm not gonna curse. I'm trying to go about these things in a different light. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna curse nobody out. But I really want to know, was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? I see these pages come every day. TikTok, YouTube, every day. And they constantly grow. And what's funny is that you'll even hear some dudes say that the biggest way to grow fast on YouTube or on TikTok is to pander to women and do all that. But like, I swear, I promise you that's cap. Because if you build a platform just talking about women as a man, did you see Myron Gaines' video, Alba and preached it? Yeah, how they getting exposed with the yacht party and stuff. Fresh and Fit are lame. Fresh and Fit are lame, bro. I don't even care to even talk about Fresh and Fit. They're incels, man. They're incels. Yeah, the incels, bro. I mean, we saw Byron expose himself by saying, I'm going to take revenge out on women. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't give me a chance in high school. That was beta male. That was small D energy and beta male activity right there to begin with. So, I mean, we can't even. That's weak minded. But y'all continue tapping the screen on TikTok, man. I just want to know, was it worth it? Because on YouTube, I'm on YouTube. Was it worth it, bro? Because I want you to understand that what you say online stay forever, bro. And I don't think people are being careful with their mouth. And then the other part is, these same guys will call themselves godly men. And then they will say that they believe in the Bible and the ways of the Bible and stuff. But I guess they don't read where they say Jesus will judge them on everything that they say. So when you got up here behind the computer and said that black women are the enemy, I just want to know, do you honestly believe that? And can you die on that hill? Will you die on that hill? Was your pandering to men, was it worth it? Like, you got your nice little car now. You got your nice little lifestyle. Your pockets are better. You're doing better in life. You couldn't do anything without starting a platform. You was a nobody. You was broke, right? And now that you made a platform talking about black women, your lifestyle changed and you was able to invest in other things. So I honestly want to know, do you think that was worth it? Was that worth it to you, bro? If that's worth it to you, let me know. Because you have to have some type of self-hate. You have to be a literal demon to say, I'm going to go against my own group of women and I'm going to paint them with the most negative stereotypes and generalize them as a majority for my own financial gain. I'm going to every day I go live, right? That's what they do. Every day they go live. I'm going to find a video of a delusional black woman and I'm going to use her as content for my platform to grow. So I want to know, was that worth it for your pockets? Because that's what y'all be saying to me. You saying that I'm pandering to women, which I'm not. I'm having conversations with men about men, what we can do to be better men. And I'm really letting these dudes expose themselves in real time for the dumb stuff that they say, which I'll be calling them out on. But now as of them, they have been able to say them, when I mean the the red pill, Manosphere, whatever colored pill they are this week, right? Because the pill always changes. You got the black pill, you got the red pill, you got the yellow. No, I'm just playing. Ain't no yellow pill. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Like I said I was gonna be nicer. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get crazy, bro. I'm trying to go about this in a different way. Was it worth it? Dear black men that's in that little sphere right there, was it worth it, fam? And I hope it is worth it to you though. I really do. I hope you got a nice car. I hope you got a big house. I hope you can honestly wake up every day and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, man, I really did that. I made a whole platform talking bad about women. I'm that guy. I hope it was worth it, bro. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it generalizing them for being the worst mothers. I hope it was worth it attacking them for their own biology. I hope it was so worth it that you never called out men, that you always made the discussion about a woman, but you have no smoke for a man. I hope that it was worth it, bro. Because everything that you said will remain online. And I hope that men and women one day mark you as the enemy of the black community. You're leading the young black man astray. You're leading young black men astray, bro. But yet you're leading, your leaders are right. That whole sphere, your leaders are right. You're leading people straight to HE double hockey sticks with demonic rhetoric. And why is it that if y'all were so protectors, if you were such a protector, why is it that you don't hold your own men accountable on your own panels? I give y'all examples every day, the type of stuff I I see. I will literally see a man on a panel on YouTube, TikTok, wherever they may be. He say the most asinine thing that is ahistorical and just blatantly wrong. And yet, no man on the panel has the cojones to call him out. But then when the few of us actually have the cojones to call them out, you say that that's simping and pandering, and you try to silence our voices. But you the one who said it. I think Cynthia never mind. No, I'm not gonna go there. If Cynthia G was yeeted for what she said, then all of these black men with these horrible talking points should be yeeted off of YouTube, TikTok, every platform. Every platform. Because if a black man can say throw out the baby with the bathwater, then Cynthia G should be able to say what she said on her platform. Get them all. Get all of them. Every single one of them. You unloved. I'm trying. I'm trying. So I'm gonna see what they say, man. I'm gonna see if they come up. I'm gonna see if the men come up. But honestly, it's sad to see. Because I don't even know how y'all find this content. I know what it is. You have a collective group, you have a collective team. You built your platform to where you have a team of people that send you these crazy delusional videos and you cover it, and that's how you make your money. And majority of the content will be from a man to you about what a woman said or this. And instead of you dissecting and talking about what that woman said, it has to be that's the problem with women. It can't just be that this is a delusional mindset. This was an egregious thing to say. See, that's the problem with black women. See, the problem is the black woman, this, that, and the third. It can never just be about dissecting what was right there in the video. It had to go to the extreme. It had to be like the problem with the community, right? is that black women are out of order and that she's not a help me no more. God, I'm sorry. I really am trying to be better. I really am trying to be better. But let me take off my glasses. If you're not hurt by what you see every day as a black man, and you say you love your sisters, and you won't even come out to defend them from harmful rhetoric, bro, shame on you. Shame on you, bro. Don't get mad about what I do over here. Shame on you. Oh, I love my sisters, but I don't even trust no dude that says I love black women, but. Because you notice how they come on my platform and they always say, I love black women, but there's always a but. If you love black women, then there shouldn't be a but. I don't know how to stop this. Because the problem is that it's not even coming from the young men. It's coming from the older men. That's the sad part. I'm 28. The dudes who are talking like this are 45 and up. There may be some 30-year-olds here and there, but it's the older men. But you the leader. You supposed to set the example. I'm too young. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't never. I haven't lived long enough. I lived long enough to where I know don't say certain shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Don't say certain things. I lived long enough to know that certain things shouldn't come out my mouth. So if it was worth it to you now that you could live a little bit, because you threw your own group of women under the bus, fine. Shame on you. And may you burn for what you said. Honestly. Every day, why do I have to give y'all? You know what? Actually, I ain't going to ask myself that. I got to be the bridge. Oh, young man, bro. Let me talk to you, bro. Let me educate you. Educate me on what? I don't want your bitterness. Because that's all I'll be educated on is your failed relationships. Your anecdotal experiences. That's all that I'll be educated on. You're going to throw the same rhetoric every day. Welfare, abortions. It's going to be the same talking points every day. I ain't heard y'all hold one panel about black love. How 1 minute you holding a panel talking about we care for our community, then the next day you talking about black women are the enemy of the community. Aren't they the ones? Aren't they part of the community? We talking about single. We in 2024. We still talking about single mothers. We still talking about single mothers. You're blaming women for their biology. But God forbid I say that, just for, I don't believe what I'm saying, right? But if I say black men don't care about their kids, now I have just generalized black men as a whole, as a collective group, and I just made us look bad as men. But y'all can do that over there and say that 90% of our women are having intercourse with 10% of men. The problem is the black woman needs to get back in the kitchen. The black woman went to college. College? They get these degrees. They come out with all this debt. I'm mad. I'd be mad, bro. Because I'm like, we really live in a generation full of heartless Negroes. Full of heartless Negroes. Every time y'all got a white woman on the panel, y'all got what a white woman is saying. or a white man is saying. Y'all will go pedestalize a white woman for talking bad about the black woman, and then a white man talking bad about the black woman. But as soon as the script is flipped and somebody else do that, now it's just hate speech. Oh, brother, why can't you go against your own group of men, brother? How you go against your own group of men? I don't identify with these group of men. I don't identify with these group of men. I don't identify with soft, effeminate men who have built their platforms off of talking about women all day, every day. There is nothing wrong with the dating market. You just don't qualify for what you're looking for. If I ask you to explain what a good man is, you're going to say something stupid. If I ask you what you're looking for in a woman, you don't even meet those qualifications for what you're looking for because you're not even that. I want me a woman with a low body count. You don't deserve a woman with a low body count. What's your body count? Oh, men don't ask men what's their body counts. Well, then stop asking women to live up to a standard in which you can't even live up to. We want a woman with self-control that's nice, that's submissive. Will you submit to her? Will you submit to her in all her ways? Will you submit to God and then submit to her? Do you even believe in God? Why do you keep using submission? Why should these women submit to you? What make you qualify for this godly woman? Why should a godly woman be with a devil? That don't even make logical sense. Why should a godly, God-fearing woman, or this low body count woman, this woman with values that y'all be saying that y'all can't find, be with a freaking devil? Why should she become unequally yoked with you? That don't even make logical sense. I thought that you were logical. If she gets with you, if she gets with you, she will die. Not even trying to be mean. If she gets with you, she will lose her life because you are a devil. And the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So if y'all can if y'all understand now, brothers, you doing a lot of harm over there. And I want to know why you think that this was acceptable. Why you think that this is okay? Because this is not okay. And it's actually pathetic because I don't know when us as men started giving losers a platform. We started giving men that are incels a platform. The incels are talking now. You got hypocrites all over there. You got dudes talking about this group of women is better than that group of women. The black woman is out of order. Now, if I say the black men are out of order, all HE double hockey sticks break loose. But somehow black men support those men over there. When did we start giving losers a platform? And it's sad to see, bro. So if you think that black women are the enemy, bro, okay, do not talk bad about abortions. You think that black women are the enemy. Just leave. If black women are so this bad, bro, keep them out your mouth, move on, go get your other and live your life. Because at the end of the day, last time I checked, if you are a black man, a woman had to put her life on the line for you to get here. Name me a time in history where a man has given birth for a man or woman to be on this earth. Can somebody find it? When is the last time you had to lay in that hospital bed, get a shot in your back, epidural, and give birth to some people? Or we have a person that's disagreeing with me. What's going on, buddy?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, are you black?
Yeah.
No, literally, are you African American? I really don't have time for the trolls.
No, I'm not. I came on your live. I was on your live a couple days ago.
And under what page? I don't remember your name, but go ahead.
I was definitely on your live. So I wouldn't say. I wouldn't want to say, like, if I were to convey myself, I wouldn't want to say just black women are the enemy. I'll rather say the black community is the enemy. And we get a lot of signs and illustrations of that, like even as basic as the music, right? When you look at music, on one end,
you said the black
music,
community. You said the black community is the enemy.
Yeah,
that includes women.
And that, just listen to what I'm saying. That's why I said, if I'm going to convey myself, I wouldn't just lean to one extreme and be like, oh, only black women are the enemy. That's why I said that first. I will say it's happening on, when I say black community, I'm saying it's happening on both sides. You have a group of black men who are extremists, and they convey themselves in a way where they make it seem like it's one sided, and then you have black women, right, black females who are doing the same thing. It's just being conveyed, a little differently, but they're still doing it. Just like, for example, when you look at even when you look at music, right? We know that these billionaires put billions of dollars into music for a reason, because they know the effects of it, right? They know that, oh, if this person says this, we're going to have a population of people doing this. That's why they put money into the ads. So on one hand, you see black female artists talking about, shaking their thing, stealing a mask. They talk about trifling things. And then on the other hand, you have black males who are talking about, unaliving, pretty much degenerate things. So that is a clear illustration that when it comes to the destruction and the degenerate behaviors, is definitely happening on both sides. Mm-hmm. But I do get what you're saying. There is people on this platform, like extremists, right, who will talk about one side, right, and they won't really talk about the other side, and that really does a disservice to what is really going on. It's almost like an illusion, if you will say, right? So that's what I really want to say. Like, if you get someone generalizing and they're on one side, they are putting up an illusion, and they're not telling the true accountability of what is going on.
So my only question is, who learned it?
Say it again, sorry.
Who taught it? Who taught the negative stereotypes? Okay, I'll just ask my question. Yeah. If black men are leading, you establish yourself as leaders, providers, and protectors, and your women followed you in the drug selling, in the degenerate behavior, they got it from you. So you can't be mad at women twerking their butts when black men were putting women in their videos twerking their butts. We can't talk about women getting men for their money because black men were pimping out their own women in their community. So it's a flip. Everything that you did, you're getting that in reverse. Well, not you personally, but everything that the black man did is what they're getting in reverse. So they learned that from you. You were the leaders, you were the protectors, you were the providers. In those hoods where it go down, it's a black man from the hood, right? Where that stuff go down, they are in an environment where that was taught by a man. So we can't blame women for what they, yeah, we could talk about that, it's going on both sides, cool, but you led it. When the white man put drugs in our neighborhoods, right? Black men as a collective group started selling it. And women did play a part in it, but they were only following the lead. So when we talk about women doing this and women doing that, they're learning that from the men that were so-called the leaders. Now, there are some extreme women. I got you. But what do you want me to do with that?
No, I'm definitely not talking about that for sure. Like, I want to talk. I try to be very practical and real. So you're saying, and I just want to be clear, you're saying that because of these females' behaviors is due to the leadership of a man. The man led them to becoming that. Is that that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Me personally, I think, like, for example, women could lead in their own right?
At first they couldn't. They've only been free to do whatever they want for like what, 40 years?
40 years.
They could not, when they first, they couldn't have banks. So they had to be under a man. Domestic violence wasn't even a law until what, 1970 something, 1964, right? So they couldn't speak out against that. So no, I mean, to even say that women can't lead themselves, they were never able to lead themselves until recently. 1994. Okay, I'll get the correct date, but I know DV just recently became a law. Not obviously before I got here, because I'm 28, but still. So 1994. So DV finally becomes law. They can finally lead themselves. They don't have to be tied down to a man or following the man's lead. At first, it was just follow me, wherever that may be. It could be to heaven. It could be the HE double hockey sticks. But go ahead.
I think that's kind of, I hear what you're saying. Yes, men are leaders, but at the same time, when evil approaches, when evil manifests, it starts way before a man leads here, right? People can take on certain energies and do things.
What perspective?
Are you religious, or are you just don't, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I believe in Jesus the Christ.
Yeah, so like even in the Bible, it talks about we don't battle against flesh, we battle against spirits and principalities, right? Mm-hmm. So a man, let's say talking about a man's leadership here in the physical realm, sure, yes, that could be an influence, but there's things taking place in other realms that influence people to do certain things. This is why even the white man, he was very interested in our culture. He wanted to see how we cultivated things, how we move with energy. So even Jesus will tell you that you should take accountability for your actions. You shouldn't be led astray, because we understand that when things take place, it took place in a different realm before it even manifested here.
Okay, let's say I am under the belief that there is spiritual attack. However, every attack that happens is not spiritual, because if you look at the commandments, when he says do not fornicate, do not do this and that, that wasn't saying a demon will come in and make you do those things. Some things are just done because a man is wicked. Okay, so with that being said, sometimes it's just you could talk about the flesh, that's still you. This body that he gives you, that's still you. So when we talk about the evilness, I just got one question: who did majority of Jesus spend his time with?
Men.
Why?
Because they were chosen to help him guide certain things.
No, because they were men.
I mean,
because they are men. Okay. Because that's who he wants to start with. That's why he called it mankind. Okay. See, he didn't blame Eve. The world did that. He blamed Adam.
Okay.
Now it was both their fault. He gave them both accountability. He both gave them judgment and put curses on them, right? But he said, Adam, where are you? He started with Adam because he was the man, he was the first. And Adam was right there with Eve. Okay. So he started with the man. Everything, listen, whether you believe in the patriarchy, all that stuff, right? Let's just go along with it. Because if you want to bring the Bible into it, because God made man first, he starts with men. He says mankind. Everything in life comes back to the man. We can't find a lot of wars started by women, but I can see countless of bloodshed starting from men, by men to women, children, and other men. And women, a lot of times, women were just in the way, and they got yeeted. So, it's like this. It's like not saying this is what you're doing, but oftentimes, even in those spaces, it's like the woman this and the woman that. No, the man. The man. When your marriage, like I don't know how deep you want to go with this, but if your marriage fails, well, I'm stiff. I'm just. I ain't going to actually. Know what? No. I choose to be gracious. I don't want to do that because I don't want to discount no man's experiences. I don't want to do that. But I believe if you are the man and you're calling yourself a leader, provider, and protector, you cannot blame you cannot blame anything on women. See, the problem I have with these type of conversations, right, is that women couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything for a long time but be under a man. So when the failures of society came, that was a man's fault. It's like we're blaming, oh, it's the woman's fault. No. You decided that you were the leader. So lead. No one is saying women can't do wrong, because there are some women that do wrong. I promise you, I'm never going to say that. That would never come out. I'm not that's dumb. But majority of harm comes from men in every statistical category. So who am I to start? Who am I supposed to start with? Do I spend majority of my time as a man addressing women and talking about what they doing? Or as a man, do I do what Jesus did and check other men, call out other men? He did call out women, but he also gave grace to women. He called out men, but he gave grace to men. The problem is on that red pill manosphere side, there is, as a black person, the black manosphere, there is no grace for women. They're all bad. They're all bad. They're all trash. Single mother this, single mother that.
Yeah.
So I don't. What is it that you want? What were you getting frustrated with me saying?
Well, I'm not getting frustrated, but like you talk about the scriptures, right? And you talk about leadership. Okay, let's talk about leadership first and foremost, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't lead people who are easily influenced. So when the Most High spoke to Adam, yes, he approached Adam first and said, "Hey, what happened to you leading this Eve?" Boom. Adam told him what happened, and Adam even told God that he got deceived, right? So
he did, but he lied. That was his first mistake. He lied. He tried to shift blame. In the beginning verse, he did not get deceived. Okay, it says he was right there with her.
Okay, not my bad, not deceived, but he went along with the whole eating the fruit thing.
That was yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is why I brought up that verse, where it says we don't battle against flesh, right? We battle against spirits.
Mm-hmm.
That verse is very, very strong.
Wrestle not against flesh or blood, but of principalities and high places.
So literally, God is saying, bro, stop focusing on the flesh and overstand. Right? There's not just a few things happening. There's a lot of things happening in the unseen.
Okay, so now,
this is why even nowadays people are getting into like I don't want to go there, but people are talking about frequencies and even how your TV could affect. I don't want to go there. All right, I'll just stay on the scriptures.
But wait a minute, time out. I am Christian. I love the Lord. Every woman or man that's here is not under the Bible. So when it comes to navigating these conversations, I have to find grace. There's a time we can have a religious conversation when it's time for that. But if we take it out, it's still, I agree with what you're saying. However, even just looking at it from my visual eyes, it will not negate the fact that men are mostly wrong. What do you want me to do about that? See, it's 54 people in right here. It's going to keep fluctuating, right? I don't know who in here is a Christian, but if I'm addressing the prompt by itself, right, I think we can navigate that.
Well, but the thing is this: when you remove scriptures, right?
To who?
I'm not saying we're going to talk about the scriptures, but when you remove certain elements, right, it causes more confusion and an illusion. This is why even in the element? Word, God's such as we don't battle against flesh. That verse is extremely powerful, and it talks about what is really happening between the men and women. When a female is doing something, there is something going on. You can't lead a person who has made contracts with things, right? You can't do that.
In what regard? You're talking about spiritual contracts. Okay. So let's
and like you said, there's 51 people in here. We can't talk about that, but this is what is happening. There's a reason why they went so hard to remove like when you look at the music industry, right? There's a reason why they put a certain message. They push that certain message so they could create an illusion. They remove certain elements from what we were inherited with, such as knowledge. My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. He didn't even just say man or woman, he said my people. So they remove elements, right? And when we have conversations like this, and we just speak on,
you're using that verse out of context. Because that verse, he said, okay, when he said my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, he meant his chosen people. He didn't mean people in general. When he said my people, he's talking about his people. Okay, now, but secondly, again, you can, in a balanced conversation when we're addressing the prompt, that doesn't have to be religious or doesn't have to go that route. It really can be so simple. What are you adding? Can you read the prompt out loud?
I read the prompt. It's about men generalizing black women and saying it's black women's fault, basically an extremist, right? But let's talk about, okay, so you talk about the leader, and you talk about women being led by men.
Women being led by men. When did I say that?
Yeah, and no, you're saying that the reason why women are like this and their behaviors are so degenerate is because
because it was a learned behavior from the way black men were leading. And honestly, there's a whole lot of history that has to be added in that, because you were systematically attacked and you couldn't work in certain times. Yeah, you were in a jungle, so your best bet was to sell whatever, the dope. But the problem is you sold it to your own people and you messed up a lot of things. So black women followed you in that type of behavior. When y'all talked about when black men made music talking about the Becky over here, right? The white girl over here, giving it up fast. The black woman make me wait for it. All right. So there was a collective group of black men that didn't want to wait for the box. Okay. And they were talking about how these other groups of women give it up fast. Now that some black women give it up fast, now that's a problem because they got a high body count. So it's like it's a losing situation. Everything that a black woman has done, for the most part, is a response to what black men have said or wanted. It wasn't that they were neglecting their man. They wanted their man. There hasn't been an exodus of black women leaving the household. or black women giving up on their men. Now, if you want to talk about divestors, that's a different story. But as a collective group, you have never seen that. Never never. It has never happened. She still marches with you when you get yeeted by the cops. She still puts you on a t-shirt when a little boy gets pew-pewed in a drive-by shooting. I hope I can say that word, but they might shut me down, but it is what it is, right? She never gave up. She has never left. Matter of fact, statistics show that black women are still race loyal. But black men will use that. Well, black manosphere men. I don't want to generalize black men here. Black manosphere men will throw them under the bus to say it's because they're the bottom of the barrel and nobody wants them. What do you want? I don't know what y'all want. Everything that they're saying is a response to what black men have said. 1 minute they too promiscuous, next minute they make you wait too long to get it, right? We just had discussions about a 40-year-old black woman that's still a virgin, Yvonne Orji. Beautiful black woman, no bodies. There were men in the comments saying, don't nobody got time to mess with no 40-year-old virgin. It's like an old car with no miles. And they say they don't want to teach a 40-year-old woman in bed, right? That's what they say. That's too much work. So they would rather have a woman with a little bit of experience than a woman who has abstained. The actual traditional woman they reject. The traditional woman with values they reject. Who ain't too easy, who never gave up. They push her to the side and make all kind of jokes when she is the exact woman that they say that they want. I don't know what you. Again, a lot of.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So is that happening on both sides though?
Where is a black woman saying that they don't want a good black man?
No, it's not about this. It's not about everyone is saying I want a good woman. I want a good. Everyone's talking about what they want, but their actions are showing otherwise. Can you agree on that?
Whose side is happening on it more? What would you say? Okay, now let's play the game. Does it happen on both sides? Yes. But who is responding and who has made it that way? You were the leaders. This is what you said you wanted. Now, when you say a whole bunch of harmful rhetoric and you have black women I'll give it like this. The problem with our women, right, is that they're not in the house and that they're not a help me no more. Go get you a passport and get these women over here. Black women response. Okay, this black woman response. If the black man don't want you, leave his dusty butt behind and open up your options. What do you mean by opening up your options? She say open up your options because the black man been opening up the options. The black man.
Actually, I heard a lot of rhetoric regarding that. There's so many rhetoric. That's the thing about the internet. It's so false. Like I heard some black women saying, "Oh, these women don't really want you. They only want you because blah 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 money." And then you
heard somebody. You heard who?
There's people. There's some black women online saying, "Yeah, these women overseas don't really want the black man because they just want him because of money, so on and so forth."
There is no group of women that want the black man. I'm sorry.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just telling you that at the end of the day, it's happening on both sides. You have black females and black males going at each other. And when you talk about, oh, the black male led the black female to this.
You did.
Before someone can eat, like leadership is a position that can only be activated if both parties are willing to go about that.
How do women, brother, listen to me. How do women
comes into this world?
How do women lead? How do women lead? Okay, let's talk about the context. Let's talk about the context of what it meant to be a leader. Women were subpar in property. They can't do anything. Okay, They recently got rights. So who do they have to be under? A man. Are we really about to sit here and say for 100 years or less?
Yeah.
Less, right? 100 years or less, right? That now it's because they can operate on their own that our community is messed up. They've been led by men. White women, black women, all the women in the West have been led by men because they had no choice but to be led by men. That's what I'm saying. So when I'm saying that you did lead them into a bad position, it's because they had no rights. They had no choice. They couldn't do anything. They could not be independent. So I don't even understand why we trying to shift it to be like before you can be led. Okay, well, a whole bunch of it without even mentioning the Bible, right? It's because they had no rights. So you can't say before you can even lead someone that they have to be open to it. They couldn't do that. They would not survive without being under a man. That's the context of being under in America. So I don't know how we flipping the script to being like before you could even do this when they had no choice. There was no choice.
I was saying before you could even have, for example, before you can have a family structure, before you can be led, before even a woman can be submissive, two parties have to come together and agree. So when I was talking about the whole example of the music industry, right? They're basically telling you that,
brother. Again, two people did not have to come.
It's simultaneously when they manipulate the black community. They do it simultaneously. They don't just attack the man.
You talking about the Jews?
I'm not even talking about the Jews.
Yeah, because they're the ones with the positions of power. So that you're talking about the Jews. Now,
it's not even the Jews, to be honest.
It literally is because they own. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what is going on is that they manipulate the black male and the black female simultaneously. So they'll manipulate the black female to do what she does, and they'll manipulate the black male to do what he does. It's happening on both. It's happening on both sides. It's happening simultaneously. So all of this one-sidedness, all of this saying that, the reason why females are bots 304s is because men led them that way. The reason why females are the way they are is because they lack true accountability.
I knew it.
The reason why males are the way they are, right, is because they lack true accountability. It's happening on both sides.
Oh Lord, bro. Again, man, you're not understanding. I don't think you're trying to even understand at this point.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. At first, right, women had no choice. They were married off to men that they probably didn't even love. There's a whole contextualized information here, even when it comes to other countries and in the States. When you don't have a choice and your only survival is to be under a man because you cannot work, right? And you can't buy anything, that you have to be tied down to a man for survival. Yes, you were majority of the problem because you led. So again, they recently got rights. DV recently became a law. They couldn't even have their own bank accounts. So you did lead the black woman into the behaviors that they are. Now, I'm not saying that we weren't systematically or systemically attacked, right? And no one's denying that. Again, when you talk about drugs being planted by the Caucasians in our neighborhoods, black women participated in selling it, but it was the man that led the community selling it. So they followed. When you put black women twerking in music videos, and now you see black women twerking to get money, when you represented them like that, you led them to that. Okay? When you talked about Becky gives it up quicker than the black woman, and the black woman was keeping her box closed. But of men, we're saying that now that some women are being a little bit more promiscuous now, or a lot, however you want to look at it, right? Now you're saying that they have a high body count and that they nasty. I don't. What do you want? Like, what do you want from me? I'm trying so hard to explain the contextualized information that
Well, if you talk,
we did lead them into how they act. And it's not
no, we didn't.
yes, you did. You are the blame. You cannot blame women for society's downfall. That everything in life come back. If you are a leader, everything in life come back to the man. A general can't blame the soldiers. You are at fault. How are you blaming a group of people that couldn't even build societies because you didn't give them a chance to even participate? How can you blame one side on the bad structure of family when you were supposed to lead your family? We keep throwing this BS. You know, they love to throw welfare. Go look into the actual history and contextualize the truth about welfare. That some black men actually participated in leaving the house for their money because they couldn't work. When you throw a group of people in the jungle, they're going to respond in to a jungle. I understand that we have been attacked, but again, you are the leader.
No, but all right, Fred. But when you talk about attack, right, we're talking about on advanced levels, right? So you talk about history. There's so many cultures. There's so many things that happen in history, right? And I think it goes. I think it even goes way past just black men. You know, you're the leaders. Boom, boom, boom. You led them this way. There's actually there's actually CIA documents talking about MK Ultra and how frequencies affect the brains of people. So even and once again, I know you don't want to talk about the Bible, right? But this is why I talk about that. Don't focus on the flesh, focus on the unseen spirits and principalities. It really confirms that, but a lot of people don't want to go there because when you go there, right, then people are going to start to look at the bigger picture. See, when you and like I said, you don't want to talk about the Bible, but I'm going to do this real quick. When you talk about,
I do love to talk about the Bible. It just wasn't.
No, just for this conversation. I understand that you said just for this conversation. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about when the Most High said, don't focus on the flesh, right? He's basically telling you, or it or she, whatever, is telling you to focus on the bigger picture, right? And when you start to talk about stuff like about MK Ultra, frequencies, and how these things play a role in what is happening right now, then you start to look at the bigger picture, and it won't even be about. I'm telling you right now, it won't even be about men led women to twerking or females are dead. People will just see the bigger picture and be like, wow. So when people tend to stray away from these types of conversation, right? The conversation you have right now will become a mirage. It will turn into a fragment of what is really happening, right? So that's why I try to go there with you. I try to go to frequencies. I try to talk about MK Ultra because MK Ultra has been happening for really and truly, I would say for thousands of years, but I don't want to go there. But it's been happening. It's been happening way before the civil rights. Even the feminist movement has been happening. They purposely go out of their way, right, to put people in a hypnotic state. They're telling you what they're doing to y'all, right? But when you start talking about, black male, you're this, or females, you're this, they're laughing at y'all. They're like, whoa, these black male and females, they don't even see they don't see the bigger picture. It's way bigger than just, male this and female. They should really take accountability, right? And see what's going on. So that's why I try to talk about the scriptures and, to a degree, frequencies. I know certain people don't on that stuff. That's why I try to talk about that because it tells you the bigger picture. The bigger picture. If you want to look at a movie, there's a movie called They Live. Some guy puts on a shade, right? And he puts on shades and he's able to see entities that are walking amongst people that are actually controlling people through TV. They literally tell you what they're doing to you, bro, and they're laughing in your face. This is why even the white team man, right? After the white team man slaughtered the female, right? After he slaughtered the male, he made a movie about it. He said, bro, this is what I did to y'all. On a basic level, on a fleshly level, I'm telling you what I did to y'all. Yeah, I unalived your daughter. I raped your daughter, right? I unalived your man. I even raped a man, right? So they're telling you what they're doing in your face, but the thing about black people is that they're very, how do I say, short-sighted. They're very blank in their mind, and they like to focus on the fragments. And there's nothing wrong about focusing on the fragments, right? But they don't see the bigger picture.
Okay,
there's a big brother up there. There's a big brother up there. There's a big brother up there that has the black female under massive gnosis. Same thing for the black male. There's something up that's really controlling y'all. Well, no, I'm not talking about y'all, but there's something up there that's controlling the masses. And this is why I want to say it again. I know you don't talk about the Bible, but this is why Jesus said that we don't focus on the flesh, focus on the bigger picture, which is the spirits, the other world, the unseen. Focus on that and take my hand. Because if you don't do that, you're going to become ignorant in a sense. You're not going to be able to sense what is out there. You're going to look at the flesh.
Okay.
So I understand what you're saying for this conversation. Obviously, people are in this chat are not tuned into that. Keyword tuned into that, which is a sense. So I understand that's why you don't want to talk about that type of elements. But we do need certain elements, right, to acknowledge nature. Because even nature will tell you that, there's water, there's fire, there's wind, there's air, right? We need the bigger picture. We don't just need one element. We need all elements in order to make things move, right? And when you don't make things move, guess what happens? You get stagnation, you get fragments, right? And you get a still picture. I understand what you're saying, man. Honestly, thank you for letting me up. But I'm gonna be real, yo. Like there's people like me, like we're out here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna expose everything. But thank you for letting me up.
And you say you're black.
For me personally, man, it's really about seeing the bigger picture and going towards truth. But before I go, obviously you can say what you got to say.
No, I was just asking. You said you are a black man, right?
I don't want to say that word, but sure, yes, I'm a black man. Yes.
So what do you mean you don't want to say the word? Because I was addressing my community, so like I'm just making sure I.
No, fair enough. It's just my understanding of the word. That's it. But yes, a so-called. But go ahead. Just go ahead.
Wait, now I'm confused. Like, so are you African American or?
Yes. 100%. I'm not trolling you. 100%.
But then why did you get mad at the black? Well, I don't know. I never heard that. But I haven't listen.
Fair enough.
But I appreciate a lot. I appreciate the talk, man. You have a good one.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm good.
You too. Good talk. All right. I got Mr. Charles Brooks in here talking about the government is the black woman's God. Okay. The devil is the black man's God. No, I said I wasn't gonna do this tonight. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm trying to be better. You see how a lot of people can say dumb stuff, but then if I do it, it's gonna come across as self-hate. And when I do it, it's wrong. I don't want to do that. The white man is the black man's God. Black man can't do nothing without the white man. You see how stupid, you see how sad that is? You see how sad that is? I can't, if I get to saying that, then the dudes go, how could you go against your old group of men? But then you got black dudes like that who get in my comments saying the most dumbest stuff, talking about the freaking black woman is the devil, and then the black woman this and black woman that, and that they're the bad group of women. I can't, you know what I'm saying, I gotta have a heart. If I say something stupid like the black man had to beg the white man for rights because he couldn't beat the white man, you see how stupid that is? You see how sad that is? You see how evil that is? You see how dumb that is, people? But then they can say all the dumb stuff that they want to. You know what? You know what? Hey, you know what? Black men couldn't protect their women from the white man when they were walking their wives into the master's house. Oh Lord. Oh Shannon, why you say that, bro? I'm using reverse rhetoric. I don't believe the stuff that I'm saying, but they can say it and they believe it. But when I say something like that and I make us look bad, then I'm wrong, bro. At some point, y'all gonna have to really, understand just how hypocritical y'all being. Because I don't want to say nothing like that. I don't want to say nothing like that. I don't want to do that. I'd rather try to have these conversations in peace. But there be these dudes in my comments. And then there be these dudes online who say the most ridiculous things about black women. And it's just sad. It's sad, but I try. I try. I try. Oh Lord. What's going on, man? Debate what?
What's up, buddy? We don't believe they're the enemy. At this point, it's more like self-destruction. I mean, they're just doing it to themselves.
Are black men doing it to themselves?
Yeah, a lot of black men are doing it to themselves too. I mean, if you commit crimes, if you commit burglary, and you go to prison for it, it's kind of your fault, So, and same thing for the black women. If they have the highest rates of paternity fraud, I mean, it's their bad character, it's their bad morals. If you have the highest rates of HIV of any of the group of women, it's your behavior.
Where they getting it from, Charles?
They're getting it from men that they sleep with.
Yeah, and what a majority of those men, Charles?
Well, first of all, we have to understand that they have higher rates than heterosexual.
Wait, time out, Charles. Answer the question, Charles. Answer the question. Which group of men are they getting it from, Charles?
The black men. And which group of women are the black men getting it from?
Black women, right? Yeah. So again, when you say that they have the highest rates, all I'm saying is that it's going to balance each other's out. You can't just
black women.
It literally is.
Black heterosexual women have higher rates of HIV than black heterosexual men.
If they go, black men don't get tested as much as black women do, right?
No, they're talking about all the tested per capita. So black women have
black men statistically don't get tested at the same rate as other group of men.
I know, but they get the same numbers. Like they get 3,000 black men and 3,000 black women, and they see what the results are. It's not like they get 10,000 black women and 100 black men and then say, well, the black men have less. No, it's equal. So the bottom line is black women have higher rates of HIV compared to black men.
Sure.
So whoever has the highest rates, okay, I mean, if you're in last place, you're in last place. There's, just like if you got the highest rates of single moms, you got the highest rates of single moms. If you got the highest rates of babies born out of wedlock, you got the highest rates of babies born out of wedlock.
I got you. Okay, cool. Black men have the highest rates of poorness alongside the Mexican. That's statistically fact. The black man has the least amount of resources compared to any group of men. So we last in that category too. You see how dumb it sounds to try to paint women being last in this, but not us. We love to say the women in last place, but the men are in last place too in our community. You can't compete with the white man.
Right.
You can't compete with the Asian man.
Right. Black men raised by single moms are in last place.
Who made them single moms?
Well, that it's a case by case basis.
What group of men mostly made?
No, it's a case. All right, we can't blame. It's a case by case basis. If the woman kicked the man out, if the woman leaves the man, then you can't just blame the man regardless of the situation. You have to look at the situation. What if she left him?
So if the woman, what if she left him? So if the man don't take care of his kids, because black men are the most active father when they are there. That's what the study said about the CIA.
Right.
When they are there, when they are there. Okay, so that you have to add context where the context is due.
All right.
So
do you agree that just because a woman is a single mom doesn't mean the man is the cause of it? A lot of women with their I don't need a man constantly claim their
what does that mean?
It means they can do without men, which means they probably
they don't need a man. Don't need a man. Don't need a woman.
Do you right? But we don't.
It don't matter what we. It don't matter what we say. It don't matter what we say. I get what you're saying. That some women say I don't need a man. They never said I don't want to. We had this conversation.
My point is you cannot automatically just blame the men because they have the highest single parent rates, because if the woman breaks up the family, right, if she's the one that break up the family for whatever reason, you just can't, you would be biased.
But wait, you're being biased. But Charles, you're being biased by saying
I'm not saying all women broke up, but you're saying it's all men's fault.
That did not come out of my mouth. I said what group of men? I said what group of men are doing it. I didn't say it was the majority.
What group of men are doing what?
What group of men are making them single mothers? I didn't say it was the majority of them.
The one, but you can't say the men made them single moms. The question is, whoever breaks up the family is one that's responsible for making them single moms. In many cases, it's the women.
In many cases, it's the women. So you think that's the majority? You think that's the majority of the case?
Well, they break up the most. They have the highest divorce rates. That's for sure. They have the highest divorce rates.
This is how
they're more likely to break up.
Why?
So if a woman leaves you, I mean, if you're living with the woman and you're all together as a family, and she says, "I want to break up," then she initiated her own path to being a single mom, because she literally made herself a single mom by breaking up with you.
So when they presented the welfare to the unmarried couples that was just having a boyfriend when they removed the man from the house, right? Are these girlfriend and would those be considered single moms?
Okay. Yes, they're considered single moms.
All right.
Okay, but
cool.
But you know what they never say about that? They never tell you the fact that the women who decided to have a baby without marriage, without engagement, those are the ones that, and also if they had a good
wait, time out. I don't understand it, because you have to take consideration in that every black person doesn't believe in the concept of marriage. Now, it's not oh Lord, it's some people out here that really be like boyfriend. Been in relationship for 13 years. The problem is when they presented that, a lot of them weren't married, but they were in a relationship. That's the problem. When you contextualize information, they were together, but they just weren't married. And when you say women have to require marriage, women don't hold the key to marriage. You do.
Right. And so what they do is they're so desperate, they probably not valuable enough for marriage, so the man don't marry them.
13 years,
look, whatever reason, the man won't marry them. And it's hard for weak women to make themselves desirable for marriage. It's easy to just lay down and get pregnant.
Do you think black men deserve happiness or marriage, bro? Well, you think the guys like you, the guys you said, because you just said weak, you said weak women. You said weak women. What makes these women weak? When they're being with a man for 10 years, they're in a relationship, they got kids, happy household, and the man leaves. She's a weak woman?
Okay, the best way to look at this is to compare it to a strong woman. Like a strong woman A strong woman is mentally strong enough and morally strong enough to save herself for her husband. Weak
Charles,
women get sweet.
Charles,
Hold on.
the problem with that rhetoric is that you got brother, you made your own broken home, fam. You exposed yourself. I'm not saying anything that's new. You got kids and with a stepmom now from Ethiopia. Your last relationship, your broken home. And the problem is you're coming up here talking about these women when y'all be the same dudes that made some women single moms.
She's not a single mom.
When?
Sorry. If you don't have custody, if a woman does not have custody of her kid, she's not a single mom.
Okay, I'm sorry. You made you didn't.
But
you didn't confirm. You didn't marry her. Did you marry her?
Yeah, but she's not a single mom.
But did you marry her?
We had a spiritual marriage. And we had a spiritual marriage, and she's not a single mom.
Why you couldn't give her? Why you couldn't give your kids the household they deserve?
I did give them the household they deserve.
With their biological mother?
Well, no, I gave them a mentally stable woman.
But you chose the wrong woman.
Right, I did, and that's why I
chose the wrong woman. She would have been.
I take accountability, and now I avoid these bad attitudes.
And now your children will grow up without their mother in the house.
No, they have a mother.
Holy Jesus, but
they have a mother.
Y'all dudes are not good men to take advice from, brother.
No, listen. Know what? The last thing I said is they have a mother, and you have nothing else to say. So you're the one lost the argument.
I didn't lose any argument. I grew up in a traditional household. I don't have kids outside of wedlock, brother. I didn't create any single mothers.
Right, but you know what? Again, she's not a single mother.
I'm sorry, I didn't get any woman pregnant that I wouldn't have married. No woman has ever been pregnant. I never had to buy anything to get rid of the child. None of it.
We had a spiritual marriage.
A spiritual marriage. God approved. You think God approves? You know you living in. Okay, fine. Let's take it there. You're living in perpetual sin.
I don't believe in God.
Have a good one. Spiritual marriage. Oh shit! What did I just witness? We had a spiritual marriage. I don't believe in God. We had a spiritual marriage. I don't believe in God. What? Nigga, get the fuck out. Oh God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Oh Lord. Oh shite. That's crazy. Yes, I did. That's why I specifically said y'all have a good one. Oh Lord, bro. What in the absolute nonsense? But he was all over the place. So where your moral construct coming from? If you talking about morals and these women don't got no morals, but then you talking about a spiritual marriage, but who? A demonic marriage? What kind of spirits? This type of stuff I be talking about, bro. This type of stuff I be talking about. Man, get out of here, bro. That's why I just, bro. Lord in heaven, you just can't make this stuff up, people. This is sad. It's sad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. Brother, is there any more brothers? Is there any more brothers? If there's not any more brothers, because I'm trying to see what y'all talking about. But like, Lord in heaven, my head about to explode. This is the stuff that I be talking about. It's Candy Reeves. Candy Reeves, come on. How you doing?
Controversial. I don't know what's happening. I keep trying to get into a live that is about abortion, and it keeps bringing me here. and I don't know what to do. Like, TikTok has really got me off kilter tonight. Like, I don't know what to do.
Listen, I am so sorry, ma'am, that you keep getting recommended here, but you have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, TikTok, y'all got to get y'all stuff together. Y'all got to get y'all stuff together, bro. Oh, Lord. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? You right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to come up and
That was
yeah, I don't know. I've just seen you live and it's interesting. And I literally just got in about 5 minutes ago and I just seen what the guy's speaking about, and it was wild.
Yeah. We know Charles. We know Charles. Charles is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always gonna find a way to shift blame to the woman. You can have a whole panel addressing men and talking to men. He will always deflect it to, well, the women is out of order. The women have no values. That's what's gonna happen every time.
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm from the UK, so I know America's completely different.
Yeah, y'all got it bad out there.
And no, I mean, I'm married. But yeah, it's bad. It's like a lot of people following, the concept, the American concept, even the whole red pill, blue pill, men and women at war. It's similar, isn't it? Like the UK always follows America, don't it?
I guess, man. It's just the Lord. Hold on. Let me get Curly. You was up here you was in the queue. Go ahead. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I really don't got much to say, except that, like, I think now more than ever, particularly in America, given what's coming down the pipeline in November and like the future of the country, it's so important for us to just like respect each other, and the scapegoating that happens all the time with like, oh, Black women are to blame for everything that happens in the Black community. Like, it's just not sustainable. It's not true, and it's not sustainable. And I understand that we are hurt people and like we've been going through, and hurt people will hurt people. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just like tired. I'm so tired. Like, we really need to just like get it together. So that's it.
I think we all tired.
At the end of the day, like, I love my people. I love Black people above all. Like, I'm always gonna elevate Black people, women, men, in between, whoever. Like, if you Black, then I'm on your side. But like, unfortunately, everybody Black. Right, exactly. Like, I'm rooting for everybody who's Black for sure. But unfortunately, a lot of Black people don't feel the same way. So I guess me being up here is just to remind each other, like, we are literally all we got. Like, we have a situation right now where like pro-Palestinian protesters are like turning against Black people and making us out to be like the bad guys because we're voting or like trying to figure out what's our best interest instead of other people. And it just reminds me, like, nobody, like literally nobody else on this God's green earth cares about us except for us. So like, we need to get it together and like just remember what's important. So I got mad love for everyone. Yes, we got problems. Yes, we got work to do, but making an enemy out of one another is not the way to go about it. So that's it.
I understand. Go ahead, Miss Virgo.
I just find it interesting that I just left a live where the question was, are Black men the downfall of our community?
Let me guess. That was Sin. What's her name? Sin.
I'm sorry?
What's her name? Sin?
I'm not sure. I wanted to join that live, but I wasn't able to because I don't agree with that message. And I don't agree with this message either. This whole, like, generalizing anything as far as Black people was just wrong. First of all, because nobody's a monolith. Like, we're not all the same. We don't all think the same. We don't all feel the same. We don't all act the same. We don't all have the same upbringing. So to say that one gender is the blame for everything is just completely asinine.
So what did you disagree with me on? Are you saying, or were you just answering the prompt?
Oh, no, I don't disagree with you.
Oh.
Well, what is your stance on this? What is your question? What is your answer?
I think they're all trash. I don't like Red Pill. I don't like Manosphere. I don't like that group of men, and I don't agree with anything that they say, and I don't like the generalizations. The moment I saw men open up their mouth to say that black women were the enemy, I don't agree with it.
Me neither.
That's what they believe. That's what they believe, and that is why we're in this. They're leading the young black men astray.
They are,
and that is my biggest
concern. And they keep buying microphones and starting podcasts.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, they need to stop that.
It just don't stop.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of. That's what they gonna do. I mean, come on now, pimping out the black woman for content and money is the hustle. That's a hustle. That's what they're gonna do. That's their come up. If a nigga can go from being broke to rich in the next probably a month, be monetized, and all he has to do is just have a woman on a thumbnail every day, and his page is gonna blow up because that's their come up. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. They can't start nothing and talk about nothing real. They have to talk about black women, or they will get nowhere in life. I think.
So where do you think that disdain comes from?
What?
Where do you think that disdain for black women comes from?
Just their negative, bad experiences with the group of women that they chose.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Could their parenting be a driving force in that?
If you got at some point, you can blame your parents. You can blame your bad relationships. I mean, you can talk about that with your mother. You can talk about that with your father hurt, but nobody's responsible for your therapy. You got to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, mom. I come on now. My mom died when I was 16. You know what? I could have just been looking for a woman to replace my mother and and use her for love to fill the void in my heart. Or I could go to therapy and work those things out, pray, do what I got to do to move on, so that way I can have a balanced relationship. You can't keep blaming your life, how your life turned out. And a lot of stuff ain't coming from their mama. Like we can throw that out there. A lot of that coming from bad relationship that they have.
Yeah.
That you keep choosing the wrong woman and you got that's not my fault. Just like a woman who gets mad at black men when you chose the trash black men. That's not my fault. Don't put me in that mix. I never dated you and I didn't have no kids. I didn't leave you with that baby. We didn't smash you. So what you talking about? So you can't find anything in a woman that will replace you missing your. That's what. That was the example, Derek. That some men would do that. They would lose their mom and look for love in a woman because they miss their mother. That's what I was referring to.
I guess people do everything apart from go therapy.
Oh yeah,
like Bootsy said, he got his heart broke at 14. That was way back. So every girl after that was straight payback.
Who said that?
All right,
Bootsy.
Oh God.
I think black people have been hurt so much that, like, to the point we're afraid of being vulnerable, because recognizing your own shortcomings and your own failures requires being vulnerable. It requires like letting down your guard a little bit. And in these conversations, at least the ones that I see on here, like, nobody is willing to do that. That's why
they just want to blame.
Yeah, that's why it's always pointing the finger. Like, no, you're to blame. Like, you're the enemy. You're the demon. Like, I don't have any problems. We're, like, at the end of the day, and I know I'm not trying to be preachy, but, like, we are literally in this together, which means that we succeed together and we fail together. Like, we all have faults. I think misogyny does play a role in how some of these biases turn out. But Black women aren't completely faultless, even factoring in misogyny. And Black men are also not completely faultless, despite the racism
any person that's saying Black women don't do no harm to anybody is delusional.
Right.
But to try to spin it to be like they're the devils and they're demons and that it's the majority of them, that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
It's crazy though how someone can just say that and just put a whole gender whole race of of black women and just put them in a box. It's wild.
Well, I mean, I got like I said, like I got a video on YouTube. One of my dark skinned friends, name was Chase.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you the last name because I'll probably try to look him up. But I had to stop being friends with him because a group of black women walked by and we was in the car. This is my young and heathen days, of course. They walked by to go on a party, and he said, "Dang, I hate those black bitchs." Now I'm thinking,
Wow.
I'm thinking that these are two women that may have tried to bully him or something, or he got into a altercation with. I'm thinking like, they did some person to him. I said, "Dang, bro, like what they do to you?" He was like, "Nah, I just hate blacks." Yeah. And I was like,
no, you can't be friends with people like that.
I was like, what? Like, because I had my other homeboy in there too. We turned like, what you mean? Like, huh? Are you darker than me? But then again, I'm not surprised because a lot of dark-skinned men have self-hatred because they don't want their kids to be their color. I understand their grievances.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because
I'm just gonna say this. You see, when you have a black woman, yeah, and there's a different kind of love. If you bid, a certain type of black woman, there's no woman that'll have you back like a black woman.
As a black man,
if you keep it 100% real. Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's different. It's a different kind of love. But I think what it is, we live in a generation where people trying to go around hurting people.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to do the healing.
We don't prioritize relationships. We don't prioritize honesty, commitment, or nothing. So you get together with somebody and y'all young and you don't understand the value of a relationship, and then you play her. And then so she started playing with you, and now you feel scorned and she's scorned, and now you got scorned people going off in the world, scorning other people. So it's just like this endless cycle of I'm not going to let you play me, I'm going to play you first. We never going to get nowhere.
Someone in the
comments.
Someone in the comments called me a pick-me-sha. I have never in a day in my life been called a pick-me before.
Don't worry about that.
That's a new one.
I don't even pay no mind to a girl.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Hold on. Y'all, can y'all mute y'all mic? Chef?
Yes, sir. You're correct. Good evening, everyone.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Bring me on. Nothing. Just browsing. Just stop here, looking into topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm indifferent about it. I mean, it's cool because sometimes we need to have a discussion and see what's going on with one another. But at the same time, it's becoming too prevalent. It makes it seem like we are odds between black men and black women and all these. To me, like a weird topic is black men, the downfall of the community, is black women this, or black women that. I mean, it's really not about race, but I guess since you're the host, you're black, and a lot of your, followers that tune in are also black. So I see where the black come in at. But at the same time, I mean, it's like, hey, people are just people. You have, males that are jerks, females that are the same thing, just bad and different. To me, it's just who we choose. It's who we basically choose. And if you look at certain situations, we ought to be breaking down social, economically, even educationally. You notice the relationship is different as opposed to just taking a whole broad stroke among all black women. So it's just who you select,
Wait, so what were you addressing? So what is the problem with the topic?
With the topic, it just keep that balance between black men and black women and pointing the finger,
No, it don't. Not this one. I have my.
I may be wrong. I just came to it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I don't think this one is doing it because I'm calling out. Okay. How can I say this? Because I don't want to be mean, and I'm not being mean to you. It's just my words. There comes a time where you have to go against a group of people because that group of people is growing. Okay, so so I'm literally asking a question. I didn't say anything about black men. I didn't generalize black men. I'm calling out a specific demographic of manosphere men who are black with the rhetoric in which they use. Okay, so it's a question. If I see a black man online always having a woman in the thumbnail, and it's always about this one, I'm okay with you doing that. I'm fine with that. When you go from what this woman said, because it might be something delusional, to then painting the majority of black women as wrong, that's the problem. When you can, as a black man, say the black woman is a devil or the black woman is the enemy of the black man, right? That she's done more harm to black men than any white man. You took it back to slavery. I mean, damn. When you can say that as a black man, I think that's when that gives me or other men grounds to be like, you're trash. You need to be called out for that. And when I see that your whole platform is based off bad rhetoric towards black women, I'm asking you, was it worth it? Was your ad revenue on YouTube worth it? Was your ad revenue on Twitter worth it? Was your ad revenue on Instagram worth it? Was it all worth it? At the end of the day, was it all worth it? You got you a nice car, you got you an extra source of income, but it all came off the backs of the same group of women that died for you on a hospital bed. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking the question: what is it worth it? And I think that they will honestly say yes, and you know, they can die on that hill.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, because at the end of the day, it came down to just getting that bag, and they would go against what they truly believe or their self-interest.
No, they believe it. That's the problem. They actually believe it. When I go to these guys in their panels, they really say that the black woman is the enemy. That the black woman is the problem, and she's not in the kitchen. The problem is she got a degree. She wants to be independent. When she need to get her butt back in the house and worship the average 6-inch D, right? That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to get in the house, do all these wifely duties, and just shut up and listen to a man. That's it.
That's it. Let me play devil advocate for 1 second. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You was in the court, regardless if the court was attorney general, criminal court, or whatever. Would you rather have a white judge or a black female judge? Which one you would fear more?
I'd fear the white judge more.
Okay. That's your opinion. Listen, okay. I understand.
What kind of question was that? Like, why?
Just pose that question to a lot of your male friends, and you will see that most of them, the last person they don't want to deal with is a black woman behind that bench. It seems like she just have a axe to grind.
There it is.
But maybe it's just me, but like I say, maybe it's just me.
It seems like when a black woman gets in a position of power, that they abuse.
Not so much a position of power, because I've always been asked as an accountant, I used to get asked that question in the interview when I had when the boss was black. I mean, a female. They said, "Do you have a problem having a female boss?" And I'm like, "No, I definitely welcome female boss because they're more aggressive. If I have issues with vendors or whatever, or someone playing around with their accounts, hey, I'll take my boss on them because black women are very assertive. Not black women, women in general, more assertive. They don't play and they'll get down to it, and will not try to politic it like a male boss would. And so I prefer female bosses. I have no problem with women. I don't believe in, definitely there for women's suffrage or whatever, because before I did accounting work, I used to be a female track coach. So I had to fight for gym time. I had to fight for equipment. I had to fight for fair cars getting uniform. So I always fought for equity for as female. But just being a realist when it comes down to certain things, no, I will never want to have. I'd rather have a racist judge than a black woman as a judge behind that bench. That may be just me, but
why though? Because you just gave black women saying that they good and stuff that they do, but then you just said that I'd still rather have a black, or was I tripping?
In that aspect, because certain women because there's only a limited amount of women that are behind that bench. They just feel like they have an axe to grind. It's the same way you may have noticed when you're coming up in school, women come to work with issues. Black teacher, oh, don't look like her husband. Don't do anything that resemble her husband because she's always going through something so she get there to work. We all do that. We all have personal issues and stuff. And they take it out on black male students. And I work in the school system. I've seen that. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, so are we gonna use the net?
How many black judges have you had to face?
How many black judges I had to face?
That's crazy.
I have faced black judges.
Black female judges.
Black female judges several times, but just recently with my daughter dealing with a CPS issues, and she retaliated against her because she was writing my daughter writing letters to the newspaper and stuff, and writing a state and saying that this judge does not respect constitutional law, and she said that herself because she was a judge, so she held that against my child, and I was there every step of the way through the whole system. When black women in power is just something else. I mean, I'm sitting there.
Wait, time out. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. I asked you. But hold on.
I'm sorry.
Because I had asked you a minute ago. I literally asked you, and you said no. But now you're saying something about a black woman in a position of power. But my first question was, is it that when they get into a position of power that they get a certain way? You said no. But now, as this conversation just went on, you said, I don't know. It's maybe when they get some power or something. So it was yes.
I'm sorry, I'm going to confuse the issue. You did ask me that, and my answer to your question was no. But then when I started giving an example of judges, I went with, because it's just a few judges is limited. Even if all judges was a female, there's still just a limited amount of judges that you're dealing with. I'll tell you in that particular aspect, with the judges. When I'm on a workforce, the corporate world, oh yes, definitely. Give me a female boss any day. Because I don't have to go through any issue. She gets on it right away, very, very assertive. I know that seems like I'm talking about both sides.
Is a woman in the corporate office is that not a position of power when she had to fight to get to the top? Like I'm not. I have.
Yeah.
She's a mother, so she comes to work with all the problems.
Are you Chef Poe? I don't know how to say your name.
Hold on, wait, time out. Everybody, time out. Hold on, because I know Virgo. Oh, Kayla, I know. Give Nisi a second. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Please, because you just said that you rather be judged by a racist whitey judge than a black woman, as if we all don't have to follow the biased racist laws that give you higher sentences. Y'all are mad at black judges, black women judges specifically, because you cannot force them to give you a lighter sentence, and you feel like entitled to them to give you a lighter sentence when you have committed a crime. You commit a crime, they have to go by the law. Women judges do not have some kind of superpower that they're above the law.
Exactly. Right.
If they're doing the same judgments that a racist whitey judge would do, they're following the law. And the fact that you're more mad at them because they can't manipulate the law as a judge is a problem with you, not the black women judges.
No. Let's stop. Don't say the problem with me. The problem I have with them.
No, you said.
Wait, time out.
What you said. You said that you rather be sentenced by a racist whitey judge than a black woman because you don't want a black woman to be in that position of power because you think she's beneath you. Let's just say what it is.
No. You can't say let's just say what it is. You miscategorized me.
That is what it is.
Wait, time out. Hold on.
Racist judge do it. You're not okay if a black woman
Hold on.
She's just doing her job.
Hold on, Nisi. Hold on. Time out, y'all. Hold on. Nisi, you took it there, so we have to go there. You have to let him respond now. So go ahead.
One, I never said to be sentenced by a racist white judge. I said face a racist white judge.
Chef. You literally, I promise you, bro. If I play it back, I'm 99.9% sure that you said sentence, and that is why I was so quick.
Do that later on. Do that later on and get back with me on that, please. I promise you I did not.
All right. Either way, I still would have picked a black woman.
If you face a white judge, he's going to be the one judging you. He's going to be the one sentencing you. That's neither here nor there.
You know what? You show right.
No, you can't say it. It isn't here or there.
But you show right.
You didn't state my other example when I said this black woman said, "Oh no, she is a bit above the law. She don't have to go. She don't respect constitutional law. She doesn't respect constitutional law." And basically,
neither do racist white tea people.
No, when we've been talking about this.
So are black women judges and white racist judges on the same side? They just the enemy
category. Basically the same category.
The same category is wild.
The same category.
The same category is wild.
No, what you're saying, what he is saying.
Wow.
No, he's trying to put black women in a position of power because black women actually. So then what do you think of Clarence Thomas? What do you think of Clarence Thomas then? He's on the Supreme Court.
Oh no,
answer the question. Chef Po'boy answered the question without trying.
Wow. Why did it say? Why did it say that black women are the enemy? Wait, come on. It's too many people talking at once. Who was Chef? What you saying?
No, she was asking what about my Clarence Thomas, and I'm like, I feel the same way she probably feel about him. He is absolutely worse. He's a Benedict on to his people. You know, he benefited off for what we fought for, and he totally against it. You know, he is the worst to our people.
But you didn't say that.
Wait, hold on, hold on, time out.
I know only black women can be judges. I just spoke on black women judges. We're speaking about women in higher authority or a position of power. That happened to just mention black women judge. Besides the judicial area, shit. Give me a black woman boss pop anytime. I am a good.
Wait. Time out. So wait. Are you against Kamala Harris running the country?
Am I against that? That's the best option we have for right now.
No, but like, okay, so if you had Kamala Harris versus a better white man, I guess.
A better white man?
A better.
Okay. Now you know how it goes. It goes like this, just like sports. If you got two teams in the Super Bowl, right? We always go with what? The black coach, or we go with the black quarterback. The team has the black quarterback, correct? Correct? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
So that gives me my answer. So if I got a sister in there, I have to go there. I have to go with the sister.
But okay, we're talking about the entire country though being looked at as a leader. First black woman, but a black woman judge. You put a black woman judge against a racist white judge, and you said that they are on equal playing fields, bro.
Okay, let me to the panel. When the last time they've been in a court had to deal with a judge of any race?
16.
Being a mature adult and raised in a good household would keep me from not being.
It's not a common thing. But to answer your question, Chef, I was there when I was 16 because I got into a silly car accident, so I had to go to court. And the judge who presided over my case was an African-American woman. And I was nervous and crying because I had never been in that situation before. And she actually took mercy upon me and lightened the fine that I had to pay. So yeah. I just want to say too that I think you saying that a racist white judge is on the same level as a Black female judge is a slap in the face to Black women who have been subjugated and disenfranchised directly by white men, to this very second that I'm speaking to you.
And the Black women judges that have to work in these racist spaces with these
and work uphill to I just want to finish.
Yeah.
I think it's a slap in the face for you to say that, and also a departure from reality. as well as just a sign of how biased you are. And I was going to ask you earlier, like, is your opinions about these roles Black women should and shouldn't take on based on what you personally don't want to encounter, or based on what you think ought to be the case for all Black women? And I think, like, you made it clear with that statement. But I think you need to do some.
Hold on. You can respond, brother, in a second, but like Shemaine have been up here waiting for a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
All right. So, Shannon, I love you, right? But you're gonna have to apologize to all of us for having alabaster bliss bundles up here earlier, cause that was not even cool, man. Like, why you had to have ragweed wig up here? Like, that was messed up. That was cold as hell. That was cold. Like, you wrong for that.
I apologize, man. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, like, man, you had to have that man up here. Like, that was wrong.
I couldn't resist it, man. I was trying to get away from it, but I was like, nah, let's see what he's talking about.
So you just had to have Mississippi dandruff up here. Like, that was cool. But it's cool though. But yeah, that was cool, but it's cool though. Wow. So to answer the question, because my man said, what you said about I don't know what it is with men and us as Black women having a position of power, like we just go up and try to destroy y'all when it's not even that serious. It really isn't. I don't know why y'all think that. Because it really does not make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, do y'all honestly think that if we get positions of power, that we're going to sit here and literally waste our time and our careers that we worked absolutely hard for, that we know are male dominated and white man dominated at that we're going to literally risk our careers to try to lowball you? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
When you first open up, yeah, I think you the type that will.
Wow. I didn't even disrespect him. Wow. Disrespect.
Wait, what? Time out, brother. Wait a minute. She didn't throw an ad hominem attack. She asked a question. And you said when she opened her mouth, because of how she sounds, that this is her voice, you think that she would throw you under the bus? That's crazy. Based on the sound of her voice?
No. I'm telling my her tone out to you whatever. But the thing about this is,
I think I would throw you under the bus.
So it can be both sides to discuss another opinion.
Hold on a minute.
Wait, Steph. Hold on. Wait, time out, brother. I'm still asking. Hold on, Niecy. Hold on, Niecy. I'm still asking the question because again, I would stop the ad hominem attacks, brother. Okay. She didn't say any ad hominem attacks. She just said, I don't understand why y'all think that we would throw y'all under the bus with this career that we worked so hard to get to. And you're saying that based on how you said how she came in, how she sounded, based on what she was saying.
You saying it? I know how she sounded.
Okay, you said that's literally the same thing what you said. You said based on the way that she's talking or way that she sounded. The way she came in. So when she came in, bro, she had to come in what? Talking. So again, the way the way she was talking made you think that she would throw Black men under the bus. The whole book. So I'm saying, what did she say, or how did she sound? What made you say that?
Well, the thing with this is she's bringing background to the rest of the panel, and it seems like I am just being demonized for my opinion and my personal experience. If these are my experience and not theirs, like
wait, hold on, because I want to everybody mute their mic. Everybody mute their mic. Hold on, Virgo, mute your mic real quick. Now, because time out. I'm going to let you talk and nobody's going to interrupt you. Now, but you just lied. When you said that she's being majority talking, Shemaine just started talking. literally been quiet for 10 minutes. She just started talking. That wasn't the same person talking. But go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay, I want you to play it back. I didn't say she did majority of the talking, but anyway, once again, thank you for giving me a voice. Okay, now,
mind you, I wasn't even finished though. Like this.
Go ahead.
I asked the panel about their experience with the judicial system. Only one person responded, something from in the teens, from almost 10 years back, right? And at the same time, she was a juvenile and then facing a female judge. She's not a male. My experience is a black male facing a black female judge. So what she said doesn't even qualify her example because she herself is a female. So the judge is going to be probably more favorable to her and be objective. I'm thinking of my personal experience. How can somebody knock my personal experience that I went through and they haven't been through the system? So they don't know. It's like a lot of times I get arguing with black women saying, black women talking about, well, women this, women that. I'm like, no, you don't know women because I date women. You don't date women unless you go that way. So you can't tell me how I can say this is about women in a relationship because as a man, I date women. Y'all don't date women, so you don't know.
Hold on, Shemaine. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Can a man invalidate your experiences?
No, because
yes, I can. Yes, I can.
How can you invalidate with a spirit?
Because when you start operating out of bitterness, I can invalidate your bad experiences. Because and I'm going to explain that. When I see a whole bunch of men on the panel, when I see a whole bunch of men on a panel validating each other, bad experiences online on the panel, right? When I see a whole bunch of men doing that, and all you're doing is speaking from a place of bitterness, okay? Your bad experiences should not be validated to where y'all all now y'all all are operating from a place of bitterness. Okay. So when you start saying that because of your bad experiences that black women are the problem, I then can invalidate that by saying, no, it's the women you chose. So when you say that these women can't speak from that, cool. But as a man, I do have the right to say that maybe you just chose a bad batch of women. Ain't that what we say to the women? That you can't invalidate. If the black woman says that y'all are invalidating what's going on with these black men or men in general out here, right? If y'all can say that as men, then why can't a man call you out on the generalizations and your place of bitterness that you operate from? I can invalidate you because your bad experience.
Just so you know, Tremaine did not get to finish. She did not. He interrupted her.
I'm gonna let
her. He was talking about me.
I'm gonna let her finish, but again, just because that's like saying if you have a few bad black women lawyers, now because of those bad experiences, all black women lawyers are bad. If you operate from that type of place, you will never grow. That is why when black men operate from that space in the dating field, I call them weak, effeminate, soft men. Because I've been hurt by a black woman. I didn't been cheated on by a black woman. But I did my dirt too. I was trash. Now, with that being said, yeah, I've had my dirt with black women too. It didn't turn into, oh, now the problem is all these black women. No, I was the problem and it was the women I chose. How you talking about you want a godly woman, but you a demon? And how you a demon trying to get a godly woman? It don't mix. That's my fault. So yes, your bad experience can be validated because half the time when it's your bad experiences, that's on you. If a woman gets you for your child support and your baby, that's your fault. You should have never slept with a Jezebel. And that's what the words y'all be saying. I'm just saying that's what y'all be saying. Like, I'm just doing the same thing that they be doing, right? You wouldn't like when a black woman say, I'm leaving black men alone because majority of them are trash. Based on my bad experiences. If we could say as men, hey, no, that's the black men that you choose. You chose, fam. That's the black men that you laid down with. But when it's on the flip side, it's wrong. So yeah, I can invalidate your bad experience because you living out of a place of not you personally. I'm just saying you living out of a place of bitterness. If everybody in the world operated in bitterness, we would, boy, that would be hell on earth. But you know, Charmaine, finish your question so he can get back to it, or finish talking. My bad, finish speaking.
Man, it seems like, man, y'all make me soft because every 5 to 10 business days, I'm always getting thrown under the bus on this app. I don't even be saying anything. I don't even be saying anything to these black men, bro. And they literally be throwing me under the bus. And what's so sad, Shannon? The Manosphere do the same thing, and you and I both know that. I get thrown under the bus. All I gotta do is just say something, and all of a sudden, yo, I'm like, why she gotta? I'm like, what? Like, bro, listen. All I'm saying is that black men gotta understand. Just because we work for a lot of stuff too, just like y'all do. It's not that serious for y'all to be sitting here getting mad over stuff that doesn't even make any sense. It's lowball. And what Shannon is trying to tell you is, and I guess you must be new here, a lot of the red pill men, because like I said, you just did exactly what these dudes do to me all the time. Throw me under the bus. So I'm kind of like used to it at this point. And they do this all the time. They have these bad mannerisms where they feel like that women, black women especially, that we are the enemy, that we are always doing something wrong to them. They don't never want to acknowledge the fact that a lot of the stuff that they be saying is at the expense of our hurt, of our disdainment. They don't never want to acknowledge none of this. Their own. They're not even loyal to themselves. They're not even loyal to themselves or to the women around them. And they'll sit there and make all kinds of bad talking points, like we're the ones in the wrong. But then when we show them who they are, all of a sudden now they want to play victim. This is what they do on this app all the time. This is not something new to Shannon. This is not something new to Niecy. This is not something new to Sean, not new to me. We've been dealing with this same stupidity for the longest. The only difference is that at this point, like I said, when he let up Alabaster Blaze bundles earlier, that right there is a prime example of what we mean by when we say that some of these men on this app are literally off base. He didn't even have to come in here and talk about black single mothers. You created one. Who told you this? Like, this is the stuff that they say. They literally are clowns out here. And it's literally blowing out. That's all I'm saying. Now you can go back and try to throw me under the bus again. I'm kind of used to that.
Well, I apologize if you feel that way. And everything you just now said is on point. It's on point. I just feel that it's just a mischaracterization of me, or I may have explained what I was saying, and you guys interpreted it a different way. But when I spoke, I said I didn't make a generalization. I said I would rather face this type of judge rather than black female judge. I was speaking I don't try to generalize or anything like that. So I just went off of my personal experience. So should I throw you up under the bus or coming at you or attacking you, but not even giving you a chance to voice yourself? I should apologize for that. That was not the case. That was not my intention. I'm just only speaking from my personal point of view.
I never even got to say anything about my personal point of view, though. That's the point. I never said anything to you. I just spoke on the specific situation. That wasn't even me at all. To literally me under the bus.
Oh, your apology, Charmaine, because it was me that he was talking about, because I'm the one who said that. And I apologize, Charmaine, for that being taken out on you, because it was me who said what he was referring to. And it's crazy to me how basically said that black men blaming black women for accusing us of being in the same side of white supremacy, how it's them wanting black women to basically just completely ignore the things that black men do when they're just doing their jobs. They're just doing their jobs. And what's crazy is he's reinforcing that here. What it is that these men don't want Black women to have any state of power because they want us to be under their foot specifically. This is why you had Charleston White go on a freaking live and say that he'd rather be in slavery than to have a Black woman be president. That's exactly how he sounds talking about Black judges.
Actually,
Wow.
You said it.
Songbird.
No. See, you're pointing your example.
Songbird, try to come back.
You keep saying men. When you said just say me. Then when you close it out, you said that's how you sounded. Just please, just put it on me. Because I ain't said anybody no men. I said
try to come back. I'm gonna put the link there.
I have no problem. Point the finger at me. Just go at me. Don't generalize me and put me in a category with other males. Just speak on what it is.
I know a lot of Black men who would have rather.
Y'all try to click that link one more time. See if I get some people up for
judge
time. Let me see.
Instead of the one he had
I'm gonna try again.
Him to 19 years.
And another thing that I still am trying to figure out, what you never answered either, Chef, is why would you say that based on the way I sound, that I'm going to throw you under the bus? You still ain't even answered that part, because Shannon asked that too, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Why would you say that? Okay, my voice and it has something about. What is it about me that made you say that I would throw you under the bus? I'm still trying to figure that part out.
One, I can't quite remember verbatim, okay? I can't remember the part verbatim, but for me to say that, I must have felt attacked. So the way you came in, and then all of a sudden I'm getting attacked from here.
That wasn't her. That was me.
I'm done.
That was not her.
I'm done.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm done. I tried, bro. I tried. I really tried. I tried. Y'all get. Hold on, song. This song, Virgo.
Yeah.
Lord in heaven. Go ahead. I know you was next. I know. Lord.
I don't know why he lasted that long, because he answered the question, and his answer was yes. He does believe that Black women are the enemy, and it's based off of his experiences. So,
you save. If you save one, you save them all.
Yeah.
Quintillis.
But we didn't say anything. He just kind of, just was doubling down and whatever idea he came up with in his head. And on top of that, when I asked him if he ever faced a Black woman judge, he said yes, but the example he gave was his daughter actually facing a judge. So, it wasn't even his experience. It was his daughter's experience. So are Black women judges all Black people? It just didn't make any sense.
Quintillis.
But he called the situation anecdotal, but he's going by one judge that his daughter faced, and all of a sudden, all Black women are vilified and can't be judges. But he didn't have the same smoke for the white tea racist judges or the Black men like Clarence Thomas, who are judges. Only Black women get that smoke.
Hold on, let me see what Quintillis got to say.
I think generalization of any person, any type of people is wrong for sure. But speaking for myself, I definitely don't believe that black women in general are the enemy. Definitely not. I almost always get support from my sisters and my fellow Black folks. From what I've lived, but I definitely will say that there are some nuances in the culture, or quote unquote perceived culture, where tearing down Black men is I don't know if it's becoming more popular, or maybe I just see a lot of it more so nowadays on TikTok and social media.
You saying that aside? Can you restate that last statement? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. Yes, I've been noticing the trend of what's that trend where the Black woman effect or something like that, and I feel like
the Black wife effect.
Black wife effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
My fault. So it's that, and then
hold on. How is that bad?
I don't think it's bad, actually. I don't think it's inherently bad, but I can see how it's giving this this perception that, you know, you're better off. And I'm going to use the other examples too with some other creators. I don't remember their names because I really just slide past that shit.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Just give me some examples so I can.
But yeah, like they'll be talking about how black men are like the worst, or have the highest divorce rates and cheaters and all this other things about black. And I've seen that a lot. But you know, in my personal experience, I don't experience that. So you know, I'm just saying from what I see on social media, it feels almost like a trend. So when you say, was it worth it to build your page and platform off of generalizing the black woman? I think black women do that too. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So yes, you have some platforms out there that have done it. Okay. So, but again, when we talk about, you got one side that's doing it and one side that's responding. I'm never gonna tell black men that they cannot defend themselves from harmful rhetoric. I swear, I promise you, I would never say that. But the problem is that when you had a group of men start their pages and they blew up fast, right? There was a collective group of men that followed them and did the same thing. When you said that they're the bottom of the barrel, no group of women wants them. That the biggest threat to the black woman is the Hispanic. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, but that was stupid to say. That was very sad to say. Very. Anywho, because we wouldn't like that stuff in reverse, right? You wouldn't like that in reverse. Now, if black women start defending themselves from the harmful rhetoric that has been said about them, that they're loud, they're ratchet, and they're responding, hey, if black, because think about it, when they're saying if black men don't want you, open up your options. If they're saying that we are the problem, open up your options. It's a response. This is what you, not you, but they created a beast, and this is what you get. You reap what you sow.
Yeah, but I don't agree with anybody as a black person, man or woman.
Then why we didn't speak up?
What you mean?
When the incel movement and the red pill manosphere and all that stuff, and they was coming out saying black women are demons, black women are this, the black woman needs to get back in the kitchen. She unsubmissive, she uncooperative, she's a pain in the ass, all that stuff. Why didn't we say nothing?
I mean, I wasn't aware of the situation because I wasn't.
So for 3 years, well, I ain't 3 years, it's been more than 3 years now, but we didn't say nothing. It was a whole movement on YouTube of men building their platforms off the backs of women. That was that was going on. There wasn't all these goddamn women just coming out of nowhere. These men grew up to get millions of followers.
Old boy that talked about he was going to unalive black women. Don't forget old boy with the gold mask.
Who?
Old boy that had a gold mask that time.
Oh yeah. That was. Oh yeah, I did a video on him. But yeah, like when it comes to Tommy Sotomayor said, the darker the berry, the dumber the bitch. But I ain't gonna even talk about it. You know, that I mean.
Did you see that video of how Tommy Sotomayor, when he got into a fender bender with another, like she didn't even say nothing. He immediately went into you black BITCH, just disparaging her because she was black.
Yeah.
And what she was trying to do is exchange information.
Yeah. So when he said, so he's like, you had these collective group of black men, and then they were advocating for those other black men. So when we say that, oh, we don't agree, there's a lot of men that were agreeing, and there was no men really coming out to say that those guys are wrong.
I don't think that's 100% true. I'm sure, just like there's people saying, disrespectful, negative things.
There was no big platform that came out. There was
something.
Yeah. Sorry, what would you?
I said I wanted to ask the lady something. Is this stuff? Do y'all experience this stuff in real life? Like this narrative with black men, like just not liking y'all in y'all personal lives?
I try not to have that type of people around me in my personal life, but they do say it's up.
I already gave my experience.
I can answer that and say, can answer that and say, yes, I've experienced in real life unprovoked. Because, like, sir, I wasn't even checking for you. Like, I had a dude that I thought was cool with me be like, I don't really like white girls. I'm like, and you told me this why? Like, I wasn't trying to get with you.
Hold on, y'all.
Good luck to your endeavors. Like, they go out of their way to try to lower our self-esteem in disguise of humbling us.
Hold on,
They
y'all.
do in real life.
Let me ask. Let me pick this real quick. Y'all mute y'all mic real quick. Yes, ma'am. Miss Songbird, how you doing?
Hello, Shannon.
What's going on?
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
Yes, he
Uh,
is.
it's very interesting what I'm hearing on here. And the main thing that I'm taking from all of these conversations with your channel, Shannon, which I totally love and try to watch you as much as I can just to support.
I appreciate it.
And also with the Manosphere, the red pill, the passports, and even some of the black women that get a little extremist with their channels, talking about black men in a disparaging way. The main thing I'm taking from all of this is that a house divided cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
And as black people, we are so divided in so many fragments on so many different levels about a lot of silly stuff. And I think back when it was easier to understand the bigger picture, when we were forced to, we did the right thing. There might have been a few of us doing some silly stuff, but majority of us was doing the right thing. And so with what's going on right now in the country and with this election about to go down, I hope black people are aware that that's going to be the stirring of something really, really intense for us, okay? Especially if Trump don't get up in there. If Trump don't get up in there, I'm just saying, black folks, I feel like at this point of the game, I think the only way black people are going to come together is when a race war or something really harsh comes down, and then this whole black women ain't is the enemy, black men is the enemy, we can't trust each other, I don't want no dark woman, I don't want no whatever, you know, just this petty stuff. This is very petty stuff because there's so much bigger fish to fry in the black community. It's insane. And so at this point of the game, when I'm hearing all these channels with black people talking about these types of subjects, it's like I feel like at this point, what it's going to take for us to come together and really get a clue on what the bigger picture is that we're going to have to be forced to, because on our own we're just, we're doing the okey doke, we're playing this game. And and black men have made it profitable to talk bad about black women, and some women have become profitable talking bad about black men. In the meantime, we're just a chaotic mess in our communities.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't care about each other, we don't respect each other, we don't have each other's backs for the most part. Now maybe with your family, yes, but when it comes to a community, I mean, I don't know how often I go into a store or I go out and I see black men, or, when I'm out, and they don't even speak. And there was a time, I remember when I was younger, black men spoke a lot more. Black men and women spoke to each other, smiled, laughed, and just we understood that, we're on the same team. It was like that underhanded understanding that we understood, hey, I see you, brother. You trying to do your thing. I see you, sister. I know it ain't easy. We cared about each other. We were there for each other a lot more. And I think, when you get closer to you were talking about slavery, when we came out of slavery, we knew all we had was each other. That's all we had. We didn't have white folks. We didn't have the Mexican folks. We didn't have Asian folks. We didn't have no folks except each other. Okay. And even then, of course, we were still persecuted. We're still going through stuff today. We just saw a sister get shot, you know, I don't want to say that, but unalived
That's
in
fine. Miss Sonya Mason.
her. Exactly. And so we just saw her lose, you know, get unalived. And we've seen so many of us get unalived. And even with that, that has not been enough for us to say, let's put aside this silliness. I mean, at this point, if you're a black man that doesn't agree with red pill and you don't agree with manosphere, I mean, at this point, we should be taking that serious because it's a corrosion in our community. Black men should be coming together and saying, let's go report these brothers to YouTube and get them off of here. Let's get them off, just like we did to Cynthia G. Somebody did a lot of work to get her off.
That was a white woman that got Cynthia G exposed.
It was probably
It
a
was
white
not
woman.
a black man. It was not a black woman.
She
Cynthia
was
G
probably
got
messing with a
beaten
woman.
by a white
I
woman.
wouldn't be surprised if she was messing with a black man. But either way, um, I'm just joking. I don't know if she's messing with a black man. She may not have been. But either way, you know, at this point, I feel like with what we're doing, we're not getting anywhere. And I know black people are intelligent. I know we are intelligent, we're talented, we're creative. We've built this dang on country. A lot of the inventions that exist in this country came from black people, but we don't own any of it. So this is why we're in a position that we're in. So at this point, while we're sitting here bickering, fighting back and forth, trying to claim Kamala's a black woman when she ain't a black woman, but we're trying to claim she's a black woman, all of a sudden she chooses to be, and we're trying to vote that way, thinking that, you know, she's going to be the next help to us. And the way black folks feel about Trump, because I'm not supporting either one, so I don't even get that twisted. But the way black folks feel about Trump, it almost makes me think that black folks feel like every other white president prior to him loved black people. And I'm trying to figure out, when did that ever happen?
I don't think.
What
Where
white
have you
president?
seen? Where have you seen that at? I've never came across any
Talk
rhetoric.
about Trump. The way people talk about Trump is as if this is the first time they've seen a white man with these views being in a position of power. And this is not the first time. Every president has felt this way. He's just kind of the more bolder one to say stupid stuff publicly, but you see it in their policies. You see it in their policies, what they've actually done to the black community. And Kamala will be doing the same. Okay, she'll be doing the exact same thing. Ain't nobody really running nothing. They're just puppets anyway. But at this point, when I'm seeing all these black folks going back and forth like this, it's really sad because we're not getting anywhere. And it's going to take us being forced. It's going to take us, you know, really feeling endangered and feeling like, okay, we do need each other. You need to put aside all this red pill, manosphere, passport, because those brothers are going to realize all that silly stuff, that ain't going to help them. That is not going to help you. And black women are going to understand it too, who are on the other side of the thing, acting silly. And at this point, that's the only thing that's going to get us to get the wake up call. It's like we got to really get the wake up call of how dangerous and damaging this is to us. This is no other community is doing this online. No other community is doing this.
That's not necessarily true.
They are. They do it a lot.
There's a lot of white. There's a lot of Caucasian men. There's a lot of white women that's speaking the same exact BS about their group of men. There's Asian women.
I don't. Yeah, a white woman speaking about her irritation about her white man who's been in a position of power all of this time sounds like a spoiled brat to me, personally. Because I bet you right now, many black women wish our black men were in that position of power. Okay.
But the position of power doesn't negate the set abuse that they go through, the cheating that they go through,
Okay, well, that's the nature. That's the nature of certain men. You know, I mean, certain men are going to cheat. Certain women are going to cheat. You can't perfect anything in this world. You know, that's going
Well,
to happen.
the point that I was making is that the same conversations are being had in the same two communities.
Yeah, but the same damages are not happening to their communities like they're happening to ours.
I understand. I understand that. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of abuse conversations, a lot of cheating conversations, a lot of mistreatment, misogyny, patriarchy. All those conversations are being had in those set communities as well. The only problem is Black folks have been disenfranchised and systematically attacked to that's causing us to be set quote unquote enemies of each other, because we understand we really not enemies, but it's another story. But
I I feel like that is true. Everybody's complaining up the yin yang nowadays. Everybody's complaining about this, they're complaining about that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Black people, we can't afford to play that game. We can't afford to do it. You know, white women can play that game and white men can be, talk about their women while they have them on these panels, and you need to stop doing OnlyFans or whatever on the whatever podcast and all these little. So, I mean, yeah, they can play that game and sleep well and live well at the end of the day. Black folks can't afford to play that game. We've never been able to afford to play that game. And I think, you know, we're looking at our communities, they're in shambles. Our households are not stable, a lot of them in the Black community. So we can't afford to waste time and be bickering with each other about very basic petty stuff. Like, a lot of this is petty. And yes, the Black man needs to lead the community, but hey, the only way I think that will probably happen is it's going to have to come by force. It's not going to be them doing it out of their free will. Because right now, with their free will, they're doing what they're doing right now. And
if Black men, okay, if you subscribe to that, if Black men wanted to lead, they would. It doesn't have to be forced. If they wanted to lead their community, they would. They would not deflect blame towards women when women didn't have any power.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
because women still don't have any power, and they know that we're coming to the age of education. Men know that majority of the situation that's going on in our community is not women's fault. Women haven't been able to do anything without being under a man for a long time. So the downfall of the community will always come back to a man's perspective. It does. I don't care what a woman does, twerking, whatever they want to talk about. I don't care about no single. I care about single mothers, but the single mother rhetoric, get the man back over there. What the heck is he doing? The children, the drugs, the gang violence, all of that comes back to the Black man, because they will love to. They'll blame the woman for single mothers and the way that they're raising children, and literally say that women are raising criminals. But where's the dad?
Yeah,
I'm not saying women are get absolved from their problems and what they play a part in, but the majority of if the only people that can fix it, since you claim to be a leader, provider, protector, are the ones that claim to be a leader, provider, protector.
I agree. And I think right now, Black men have had the luxury of just kicking their heels up and typing on a computer and talking on these podcasts and just running their mouths without really doing any real work. So
I wouldn't say it like that. I say
well,
that
I'm not gonna say all of them, but a majority of the Black men with the topic that we're discussing, as far as family, community, we're divided in millions of ways at this point, where it's like, I don't even know what do we agree on? What do we agree on as men and women?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Nisi.
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that, but kind of some business in the comments, but honestly, that is very dangerous to expect Black women to just put up with abuse for the sake of the Black community. Even this happened in the Black Panther Party and a lot of Black Power movements, where Black women were cast to the side and expected to take abuse for the sake of the Black community. We're not doing that. We're not going back to that. The rhetoric that you're spewing is very dangerous. It's very dangerous and harmful to Black women and children. We're not doing that. I refuse. I'm not going to mammy for nobody no more. I'm not going to mule for nobody no more for the sake of the Black community. You have people like Eldridge Cleaver saying that Black women represent slavery, where white women represent freedom. This is what Black liberation movements have pushed. I'm not falling for it anymore. And I don't think that Black women should fall for it anymore. It's time for Black men to get themselves together and Black women to get themselves together. We're taking care of ourselves. We're taking care of our children. We're not worried about building the Black community anymore, because if the Black men are going to say that Black women are the enemy, if we're the enemy for surviving on our own when they don't help us, if we're the enemy for getting government assistance because we have to survive on our own, F you. While y'all were out here selling candy, destroying the community, destroying families, unaliving people from selling the candy, I'll be damned if I'm gonna fucking sacrifice myself and my children for the sake of the Black community. That's the Black community in that case. I'm not falling for it no more.
On that note, we're gonna have to revisit this conversation. We will have a live discussing commonalities between the Black community. Yeah. I appreciate you some, but Alexander and Claudette, I couldn't get y'all up. It wasn't letting y'all come up, but we'll try to run it back.
Before we are you about to get off?
Yeah, I'm finna shut it down.
Can I just leave everybody with this thought?
Go ahead.
Why don't we make it a point to prove each other wrong? Because we go into interracial relationships and we do so great in these interracial relationships, but when we're together, we don't give each other any sort of grace.
That was my point, and I need to finish that. I'm with a Black woman right now. I'll never be with anything but a Black woman. And I love my family. I take care of myself. I do everything I can. I just supported 3 different Black businesses today. So as far as doing the work, as far as being with Black women, that's how I live. And the people around me live the exact same way. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, listen.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, listen. I'm married. No kids. I ain't got no kids yet. I'm married to a Black woman. I love my Black wife. I support my business. I don't even know what the heck an interracial relationship look like. I don't know what self-hatred in a family looks like because I don't have it. I don't have any of that. I have a whole Black family of Black men that respected their Black women and Black women who respect a Black man. And I do think that there needs to be a light shine more on that instead of the talking points. But then it also comes back to a point where when it's time to defend, it's time to defend. And women should handle women. Women should handle women. Men should handle men. And then we come together and figure this thing out. I don't understand why, as a man, why am I going to sit around discussing women all day long instead of trying to talk to men about being better men? What can we do to be better men? Hey, if the households are so effed up, what type of support can we give the single mother that may be struggling instead of just saying you're the problem? Can we get the kids in a local program? Can we come together in our own local communities to do something for the kids? Can we get them around? If we claim to be all needed, that the Black man is needed and all that stuff, then can we actually start showing up for these other kids out here instead of just, throwing them under the bus? Because some Black men have said throw the baby. I ain't gonna say some Black men. Anton Daniels, buddy. Anton Daniels, you said throw the Black woman. You said F the kids and throw the kids under the you said F the Black woman and throw the baby out with the bathwater. As a Black man in the Manosphere, and no man has checked you. No man has checked you, brother. That's crazy. But I find it. I just find that's crazy. Even Mr. Let Go was up there cyber sucking you off. You know what? Let me stop being mean. Mr. Let Go, I apologize. I don't want to be mean. Mr. Let Go was up there shaking his head like this and did not He did not even check you on what you said.
I appreciate your time. I hope I get to come back.
No, I appreciate you. Always come back. So when it comes to thank you for coming up. When it comes to stuff like that, bro, I just say, be careful with what you say. Be careful with what you say.
I wish another black man would say something like that around. I wish they would.
Oh, brother.
Correct. So, and then when it comes to I guess, the Hodgkin twins are podcasts I've seen before, where it's black men, talking about, black women, black community, all that. And, I block them. I just shut it down because me putting comments in and trying to do all that, that's just going to add to their platform. Because no publicity is bad publicity, right?
Okay. I understand that, but at what point do you just keep letting people talk? It's not. I want you to know this, right? Even if you don't believe in the spiritual realm, right? For the people that's not non-believers, I hold both, and I'm just saying this from this bit. It's not going anywhere. I promise you. I put this on everything that I love. This here is not going anywhere. You cannot just let them keep talking. I promise you, it's not going to disappear. This here will be here forever. I promise you. It's not going to be going in 5 years. Oh, Charmaine, go ahead. I'm sorry. I see you unmuted, Mike. Go ahead.
And what a lot of and Shannon, what a lot of these men fail to realize, and I say this with the utmost respect, a lot of you have refused to understand that these kids are listening to these bad behavioral men, and they starting to sit here and use their same talking points. Like I literally had a friend who was on this app that I'm cool with. Because Shannon knows I'm cool with just about everybody, except for dirtbags. But other than that, there was one, and he said that his wife was doing some teaching, and one of the kids was reciting Anton Daniels. I was like,
Wait, what?
Yeah, little homie was sitting there talking about how he was doing something to some little girl, and the little girl, he was doing something offensive to the little girl that got sent to the principal office, and he was talking about these black bitches need to be put in their place. That's what he told the teacher about the girl. Yeah.
Wait. Are you sure that he was specifically speaking of Anton Daniels' rhetoric, or are you just saying it's red pill talk?
No, not Anton Daniels. What's that other dude? The one that was sex trafficking women.
Andrew Tate. You're talking about Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, not Anton Daniels. Andrew Tate.
Right, he was reciting Andrew Tate. Right, he was reciting that dude. Right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that was wild. So that's what y'all failed to realize. It is what Shannon is saying is correct. Some of their rhetoric is really dangerous and is inflicting our young black boys. So while you sitting here saying that, okay, the stuff that's going on it's not we need to block them and stuff like that, and we need solutions. The solution is that we need that as a people as a whole, we need to literally start Xing these dudes out and start literally saying to them that this is dangerous to our kids, because they really do not realize that this is dangerous to our kids. And we've been trying to tell them that the whole time, and they still don't get it. And I get it that some of the stuff that the women say is a little bit off, because there are some of us that are off, but a lot of us are not talking to be Xing out men or to be disrespectful to men. And I've said this a lot of times too. A lot of men fail to realize that we are only in those groups of women that's gathered together. We are talking about each other as experiences that we have went through together. And sometimes when y'all get into our spaces, when we have these conversations, it is not us that puts you in that place. You the one that puts yourself there. You the one that sits there as a black man. Why would you put yourself in a demographic that we're not talking about you? If we're not talking about you and you know you are a good man, there is no need for you to be in that conversation or to be asking yourself in that conversation, because you put yourself there. And we try to tell y'all that. We tell y'all all the time, every single time when we make these lives, Nisha, know I'm not lying about it. We say, listen, we are not speaking about all black men. We are not speaking about this, that, and the third. We cannot keep telling y'all that, and then y'all sit here and continue to make it seem like that we're talking about you. That's not how this works.
I'm not saying you're talking about me.
No, I don't think she wasn't saying that to you, brother. I promise she wasn't talking to you. She was talking to you. No. Hold on, Shemaine. Hold on. Don't. He didn't know. He thought because he was talking, and then I interrupted, and then you started talking as well. So I understand how he may have got to that point because he never finished talking.
And let me finish what I was saying. I'm not even trying to say you're talking about me. I'm saying what I'm trying to figure out is how do you keep these men quiet? Because when I mentioned it, I don't really watch that shit. The moment I see it from anyone, negativity about black people, I don't want to hear about it unless it's other black people talking. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, brother. I would love to block it. I really would. But if we don't call it out, okay. So I put it like this: it's a war. Some people, I ain't even saying you're not built for it. Some people don't have the time and energy. They don't want to put themselves with that negativity. I understand it. Cool. Don't play no parts in it, right? Just block that out. Understand logically, because that's what it is. That it's not majority of the men. It's not majority of the women. It's just a lot of negative stuff going on with a certain demographic of people spewing the most nonsensical things. However, if you built to call out what's going on with the harmful rhetoric that is being said, do it. That's just do it. If you don't want to, I understand. Because it can be stressful. It can be tiring doing this every day. But at the same time, again, I just ask you as a black man or any black man, if you don't defend your sisters, who will?
No, I hear you. It definitely comes down to all of us, and yeah, for sure, me too. But what I'm saying is, when you engage with those posts, you give these people a platform. Is what I'm saying. So those comments, those engagements on these podcasts, on these posts, all that does is give them more fire to feel.
Brother, I love that statement. I understand that that's how it used to be. That like if you give these people, the people already have a platform, brother. I'm a small channel on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now, and I'm live on TikTok trying to have these balanced conversations, right? My channel's small. Now, I'm a small TikToker as well, right? 8,000 followers on TikTok, 2,000 something on YouTube, 36 people watching. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm thoroughly surprised. I appreciate you though. So, with that being said, I'm small. They already got platforms. People, man, dudes I call out got 300,000 plus followers, 400,000, and 730,000. These dudes got platforms already. There is nothing I can do that is adding fuel to the fire. You know how they getting fuel to the fire? By finding content about black women. A black woman come out and say something that they don't agree with, they're gonna clip it. They're gonna make a short and a video and say, see, this is the problem with modern black women. Is that they're out of order. That's how it's gonna be every single time. But I can't add no more fuel for that. You the water. You the sand that can maybe put it out. If a collective group of black men come out and be like, nah, bro, we tired of this. This is ridiculous. This is dumb. Yeah. Y'all going too far. Then we will see a real change. What you will have is this so-called pandering and simping versus real men, because those guys are not real men. I promise y'all, Nick, y'all not real men. I promise you're not no real man, because no real man has more smoke for a woman than a man.
Well, I promise you. Yeah, no, definitely not real men.
Now,
but
with that being said, I just, if you don't want to do it, I completely understand. But it would be good. Imagine being one of the channels that can actually advocate for your sisters and paint them in a positive light. Do you understand that everything you do is sowing a seed?
Okay.
And I'm almost done talking, like probably 20 seconds. Everything that they doing, they sowing a seed, and they sowing a seed straight from the devil's ass. Okay, that's what they doing. Imagine your channel right in the future. You lose your life, whatever. Because I'm gonna die one day, bro. I'm mortal. Imagine your channel, instead of being negativity towards your women, right? Your channel was positivity towards your group of women, so that they knew that some black men actually loved and cared for them, instead of just throw them all under the bus. They're the problem. Stop having kids with them. Imagine that some woman comes across your page and she say, "Thank you that there was a man like Tony Gaskins. Thank you that there was a man like I don't like to use myself as an example. Public offender. But thank you that there was a man like who else can I name? Just a good. I don't like calling myself a good man because I'm not. I'm just a man. But just imagine that your page.
I got the list for you, Shannon. It's you, public offender.
Don't put me on that.
6 foot. Hold on. It's a couple of
jumbled. Imagine
jumbled.
jumbled.
Yep, jumbled up parts. Yep, it's a couple of them.
Somebody said Dr. Julio. Yeah, Dr. Julio does do a lot of. He does call out. He does call out and defend his sisters. That dude get called a pander and simp more than me.
Mr. Jones gets called one too.
Yeah, so just imagine, like, for all the negativity that's out there, that you was the light that shined in the dark place.
Silverback, yeah, he's another one.
Yeah, just imagine that your panel was, and brother, you can be balanced with it. You wonder why I don't get smoked. I literally say that there's delusional and trash black women every time. I say it every time.
I want to say this. I would love absolutely to have a platform. I mean, I guess I do with the 200 followers that I have, but yeah, man, I haven't really learned too much about TikTok. It's just recently that I've been getting on here like that, listening to these panels and things like that. So you gotta understand it's coming for someone who's not social. So really, like, I really appreciate you, giving me that blueprint. You know what I mean? So, for the most part, for now, I'm of course going to support, creators like you and yourself and the other ones, the lady down there mentioned.
And brother, again, like, any black man out there, you do have the right to defend yourself from harmful rhetoric. If you want to call out delusional women, I'm okay with that. But please, you go too far. You go too far when you call them a demon. When you say throw them all under the bus, and when you say majority of them are not white, when you throw them under the bus, that is a huge problem, and we won't get nowhere.
And that's the biggest problem. Instead of trying to educate like you're doing right now, we got people like Retro Dutch that want to just talk trash, call people lazy eyes, and all this extra things.
How
does that help the cause? How does that get it?
Who is Retro Dutch? I never heard of Retro. Who is Retro Dutch?
I don't know. Who are Retro Dutch on this comment section?
I thought it was a big use. I was like, oh shoot, I got some more content.
And to answer Bodega Autumn, yes, I definitely do have reading to do. I read all the time, actually. So yeah, and of course I don't want to come on a platform sounding uneducated or anything like that. My biggest thing is how do we from my understanding is not giving these people attention was the best way to go about it. But I definitely can see how speaking up is even better. So yeah, 100%. But I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I have to say. But yeah, appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate you for at least being balanced and respectful up here. Shemaine, I did see your hand, but we're gonna go into closing words, and then Nisi, and then we're gonna end it. And then that songbird.
My only closing remark is next time, can you please, when you bring up Mississippi dirt bags up here, just make sure you warn me first.
Ain't no warnings being had. We going straight for the jugular, okay? Ain't no warnings being had. I'm bringing up the beast every time. The same.
You know that man. I'm not gonna make you laugh because you know that man don't like me, right? So you gotta make sure you warn me first, I'm
gonna bring y'all up, and then I'm gonna just leave the computer and leave the phone for 15 minutes and just let y'all go at it, and then come back with a glass.
That's why he don't like me.
Come back with a glass of wine, just like, no, well, y'all still going at it.
Yeah, because that's why he don't like me, because I pulled up this picture one time. So,
bro, that's disrespectful, Shemaine. Come on.
Because he came at me one time.
Bro, what is this, man?
I love you, Shemaine. I love you.
Bro, what is that?
That was
You
his
too. I'm
fault,
so sorry. If y'all was to see this right now, y'all would laugh too. I'm not trying to be mean. Why y'all do that?
Yeah, but that wasn't my fault. That was his. He started it. So that's why I said next time you bring him up here, you gotta warn me first. But I love you and Niecy both though, man. And have a good night, y'all.
You have a good night too. Go ahead, Niecy.
Love you.
Love you.
I know you wanted to get some last words in. Go ahead.
I just kind of wanted to point out because, the conversations I've been having in the comments. And again, Shannon, I'm so proud of you, and I just wish you all the success in the world. You have been doing your thing out here. I'm so proud of you. I just want you to continue to do you. But what I wanted to clarify on is that when it comes to these men that are talking about Black women that are disparaging Black men and all of this, like their main thing is Cynthia G, and you know that, right? Yeah. Cynthia G was a major pick-me. She used to be a major pick-me. She would go on like YouTube panels and talk about how Black men need to be with Black women and all this other stuff. And they're like, well, you wear a weave, you wear makeup. They would attack her and for her looks, which is why she ended up calling Black men out for their behaviors after the fact. Because she started out, like she built her platform off of being Black love and being pro-Black and all of that. I was asked a question in the comments of why don't Black women support Black love? It's because Black men don't support Black love.
Wait, hold on, time out. So when did Black women stop supporting Black love?
Well, they technically haven't, but this is the narrative that men are spewing, and you've heard it before. They're saying that, like Mr. Mello, who was in the comments, he said, Black women, I don't see a lot of Black women promoting Black love. That's what he said to me in the comments. So I was responding to him as to why he may not be seeing that more and more. As of now, like as what you would see back in the day, is because Black women are tired. We're tired of being the punching bags, but it's still expected to support the people that are punching us. They want us to continue to promote the idea of Black love without being reciprocated in the love. We're supposed to lift up Black men while they're tearing us down to other communities. How many videos do you see of Black men saying, "Oh, Black women are terrible. I'd rather go blind than to date a Black woman. I'd rather do this and that. If it ain't snowing, I ain't going." All of those videos. You don't see a slew of videos of Black women saying that type of rhetoric. You don't. But now all of a sudden, you see the Black wife effect, which Virgo and other women had brought up earlier. You see the Black wife effect. They didn't mention Black men at all.
Well, I'm still confused why the Black wife effect is such a bad thing, because it's white men coming out to talk good about Black women. So what am I supposed to get mad at?
They want you to be mad at the fact that Black women are with white men.
I can't be. If the same group of women that you threw out and said that they are the bottom of the barrel, right? And a white man comes out to say that this Black woman is the best thing that ever happened to them, how am I supposed to get mad at at white men speaking on behalf of Black women and how they have changed their life, leveled them up? They make them feel so special. They the best thing. The bedroom lovemaking is fantastic. Everything that no other woman competes, that they wouldn't trade in the Black woman. How am I supposed to get mad at another group of men loving on the Black woman? The same group of women that y'all threw under the. That don't even. I can understand if a white woman was like, y'all need to get with these white men because they better. They better in everything. They look better. What I can understand that. Like that. Yeah, I can get you on that part. But a goddamn man speaking good about Black women, a different race of man, I can't get mad at that. That's dumb.
Well, honestly, Shannon, this is what it is. It's like the reason why you don't see a problem is because you're not a man that looks at Black women as a bottom of the barrel type of thing. You don't look at Black women like that. You actually respect and love us, which is why I appreciate you, and I'm always going to be there for you. Like, you know, I'm always going to support you whenever you're available and I can. But the thing is that a lot of these Black men, they look at Black women as stepping stools, and if you do anything other than what they feel you should do, they feel like you're wrong. The Black wife effect, all it was husbands, and even some Black men participated in the trend where they showed off their Black wives, which I found to be a beautiful thing. Even some Black men participated in the trend, but they were hyper focused on the white teen men that were showing off their Black wives. And keep in mind, Black men were never considered. Then you have people in the comments that are talking about the German woman who called out Black women and she had a Black husband. Like, they make their relationships about us. A Black man that's with a white teen woman or a German woman or whatever her race may be, whatever nationality she may be, they make their whole relationship about their hatred of Black women. Whereas Black women who are with non-Black men don't do that, because we still understand that Black men are a part of our family, they're a part of our community, and we still love them. Only Black men are preaching to their non-Black spouses to hate Black women. That's only happening on one side. That's only happening on one side. If what I'm saying is a lie, you would see like a ton of videos of Black women saying, or even the Black wife effect. You would see the white teen men. Have you ever seen a video of a white teen man saying, "Oh, I stole your woman, and you because you guys are horrible"? Have you seen that, Shannon?
She said what?
Have you seen a white teen man that is married to a Black woman or with a Black woman do a video talking about how Black men are trash and how he's so much better than Black men?
I think I did see one. Remember the country white chubby dude? Way back when I first started. He got him a black wife. He said something about he did say something about Black men. The problem is that y'all don't deserve your group of women because you can't provide, you can't protect them. I forgot. I'll find it. I will put him on.
If you find it, send it.
Because no, we talked about it. It was way back before. It was like it's a chubby white dude with a beard. Country dude. Country dude. He got him a black wife. Oh man, I gotta find it, bro. I gotta find it.
If you find it, please send it to me. Okay, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But it's not as common, is it?
No, I don't come across those. I don't come across them.
But you've come across multiple videos of Black dudes saying how they don't like Black women, or even their girlfriends antagonizing Black women, saying how they're so much better. Why are y'all thinking about us? Why are y'all thinking about us? I don't see that generally happening in interracial relationships when it comes to Black women and non-Black men. So that was just one thing I want to point out. I'm going to try to land my plane because there was a bunch I want to say because there was a lot said. But I don't hear Black women basically advocating for harm of Black men the way that Black men are advocating for harm. I can even tell you from personal experience. Do you remember that guy who's married to and he was British actually, a Black guy who was British. He was married to a white teen woman. He made the video saying how he felt enraged when he saw a Black woman with a white teen man, even though he was married to a white teen woman.
Who said that?
He said he felt that.
Who?
It went viral on TikTok and YouTube and all of that.
This is a Black man that said that?
He was, yes, a Black British. He was British, a Black British man. He said that he felt enraged when he saw a Black woman with a white teen man, even though he was married to a white teen woman.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll send the video to you. But not only just him, me personally, when Serena Williams got married, when I was on Facebook a lot, I don't be on Facebook as much anymore. But when I was on there, there was this Hotep black dude who was basically just disparaging Serena for marrying a YT man.
There was a lot. There was a lot of men disparaging Serena Williams.
Well, yeah, but this one in particular, I thought I got to go back and forth with him, and he brought his wife into it, and his wife was YT. His wife was a YT woman, and you know what his YT wife did? Arguing how he was right, that Serena was a bed wench. He called me a bitch. He called me, his YT wife called me, a black woman, a bed wench. A YT woman married to a black man called a black woman a bed wench, and her black husband supported it.
Did they know you were celibate?
No, they didn't know all that. They did not. They assumed that I was dating a YT man and immediately called me a bed wench. That is the disconnect here, and how black men feel like they can be with, and the whole Kamala Harris thing. This is my last point. It's so funny to me because there were people in the comments telling me Kamala Harris is not black. Isn't it funny how the same Hotep man that called me a bed wench, he feels like he can make black children with any race of woman. And now that race of woman is running for president, she's no longer black.
You talking about that 1%?
Y'all said y'all can make black children with any race of woman, and now that race of woman is
the whole 1%.
She's no longer black now. I thought that the mixed children were black kids.
I have no rebuttal. Yeah,
it's just wild to me. Now all of a sudden that we have a biracial woman who's black and Indian running for president. Now all of a sudden she's not black. When y'all have been screaming and shouting at black women, we don't need y'all. We can make black children with anybody for years.
Oh no, I have no idea. Well, listen.
Now all of a sudden their seeds are not black.
Cause I'm out to. Hey, I don't know. I have no idea.
That's my last point, bro.
No, but I appreciate you. And man, everybody.
Love you, Shannon.
Love you too. Everybody on TikTok, y'all have a good night.
Good
I'll see
night.
y'all later. Thank y'all for the conversation. All right. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I gotta get off of here. Songbird. Yes, ma'am. And then I'm gonna let India talk, and then I'm gonna cut it off.
Okay. For one, I definitely enjoyed your message tonight. Nobody also, with the comments that was after what I said earlier, I'm not recommending any black woman become a mammy at all. So that was not my rhetoric. What my message was is that we're going to have to be forced to come together because of what's going to be going down. I don't know if you've heard of what white folks are talking about on the side about if Trump don't get in, but their conversations over there in their spaces get pretty heated. And we know that they are definitely strapped up the yin yang. So that's all I'm going to say on that note. I find it very interesting when the last lady was speaking, she had to say white tea, but she was comfortable saying black.
No, it's TikTok. It's TikTok language.
Oh,
like
the TikTok thing.
Yeah,
okay.
we get in trouble for saying white on TikTok. That's the problem. You
But
got to talk in code
on TikTok.
Yeah, you can say. Oh, you can say that. You can say the ER on TikTok. You can say so much on TikTok, but you can't say white because TikTok is racist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's even more of a reason, for us as a people to be coming together. And as far as the last part of what the young lady said about Kamala being black because of what black men's rhetoric has been about their seed and them making black children with really any woman, white woman, Asian woman, Mexican woman, any woman, their child is going to be considered black. That's not a truthful statement. That comes from slavery because it only applies on the black side. It doesn't apply to the white side or the Asian side or the Mexican side. You can't go over there and say, I'm white. You can't go over to the white community and tell them I'm a white person. They're not going to allow you to do it. So really that whole situation around that definitely stems from slavery, and it's not correct whether a black man is doing it or a black woman is doing it. And to be quite honest, for you to be a black man or woman and make a child with someone from a different race and then say, that's a black child. That's very insulting because then what are our black children? What are they? If that's a black child, what are our children? Because I have a black son and he came from my womb from his black father, so that's a black child. And I think that's what a white person would say as well. A white woman, a white man, when they make their children, that's a white child. And if a white woman or white man decides to make a child with a black woman, that child is not going to be considered white, no matter how much they may want to. So I think black people need to understand that a lot of what we think about ourselves, about our community, definitely stems from what white people told us, what we were taught, what was been ingrained in us. Okay. And I mean, the simple fact that you have to say white tea, but you can say black in the end, it just shows that the disparity that is very high. And so, like I said, my closing statement is really that black people need to come together. We don't have time to be debating about silly stuff. Black men need black women. Black women need black men. If you don't stay together and get this crap right, you're not going to see any more black people. No more black people, Shannon, that look like you, okay, that look like me. That's the black. Okay, we would have been on the plantation. The blacks that come from the mixture people, they might have been in the house, maybe. But we know our butts would have more than likely been out there in the field. So the whole thing is that black people need each other. Nobody is better than nobody. Nobody's doing everything right. Nobody's doing everything wrong on the man or the woman's side. We need each other. And if you're a black woman that feels like, I don't want to try, I don't want the black man, I'm done with this whole situation, then go ahead and step aside. Step aside and just do you. And have at it. And if you're a black man in that mind space, then go ahead and do what you have to do. But if you're a black person that sees the damages and the harm that has come to our community, to our children, to our elderly, to the whole black community as a whole, then you have to start really strategizing, what are we going to do? Because the Bible says a house divided cannot stand. And we are very divided. We were more united walking off the plantation than we are now. We're just, and white folks, who was Kevin Samuel's biggest supporters and the people who viewed him the most? It was white people that viewed Kevin Samuels more than anybody. Okay. And you know why? Because white folks find it entertaining and hilarious that we're just sitting over here fighting amongst each other about silly stuff. You think white folks ain't got issues?
I would have to fact check that one.
Well, yeah, go ahead and fact check it. I mean, go ahead and fact check it. But there was a lot of white folks watching him. And, white folks, they have their issues too. They have their problems too. But they know how to stay on code when the time comes. When the time comes, when the stuff hits the fan, you're going to see the same white women who were talking about the patriarchy and the white man and they're going to be over their back right behind their white men with their white children. And any of y'all that's connected with them, if it really goes down, I don't know what the position you're going to be in that moment. But I don't know how much harm. And I'm not, and also when I talk, I'm talking about the Black community. So whatever's going on in other people's community that are obviously, in my opinion, we're at the bottom of the barrel in this country as far as economics and just how we're functioning in this country. We have a lot, we're like crabs in the bucket trying to get up, and it's very challenging. And the stacks has been set against us. So I'm not saying that's the Black man's fault. That's not the Black woman's fault. That's just the hand we were dealt. But we don't have any more time to just go back and forth with each other on very silly stuff. It's the Black woman's fault for getting pregnant. Oh, but the Black man, you had sex with her. So I mean, what are you talking about? Like, she's the one taking care of the child. Now that the child is here, she's doing the best she can. Why would you want to punch her while she's doing the best she can? Why would you want to do that? And if Black men are, if there's Black men out here that truly are disgusted with what's going on with the Manosphere, the red pill, the passport bros, they all got the same talking points. If Black men are really disgusted by those types of panels and channels like that, then start reporting them to YouTube. Get them removed. Just like if you knew a man next door who was beating on his Black wife, call the popo. Call the popo. Don't just look the other way. And maybe she's going to defend him, but hey, you're trying. You're trying to help her and help the situation over there. So all I'm going to say is that we need each other. If you've been too hurt and too damaged by a Black man or a Black woman, and it's just not a situation you can deal with, you don't want to fight that fight, that's okay. I get it. We're not all going to be there. But if people are trying to really fight the fight, then let's support those people. Because right now, with a lot of what I'm hearing some people talk about, I can imagine, like, I don't know what the Black community today would say to a man like Malcolm X, would say to a man like Martin Luther King. I don't know what the Black community would say today, because we don't agree on anything. At least back then we knew we needed to be together. We knew, and that's why Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was so effective of uniting us, because we understood we really are being attacked here, and we're being divided and pulled apart on so many different levels. That's all been by design. This is not happenstance. This is design. So that's all I wanted to say, Shannon. I'm not going to try to be long-winded. I really appreciate what you do and keep doing it. And yeah, that's it.
No, I appreciate you. India, Miss Indian Mama.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And thank you for making me a mod. I take mod duties very seriously. And thank you for letting me post the other channels that I mod for. I would absolutely love to see 4 intelligent men collaborate together. You already know Alexander Brannon. I mod for him. And then there's Roadrunner Investments. I mod for him for like 3 years now.
What's his name?
Roadrunner Investments.
Roadrunner. Okay. Yeah.
And DJ Torch. I've been modding for him for probably about 2 years now. And I will absolutely promote you on their channels also when I get the chance. But I just wanted to show my appreciation and say thank you. And yeah, we're gonna make this work.
Yes, man.
We appreciate you.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm just doing what I think is best, which is calling out the hypocrisy that's coming on from mostly men, covering certain topics such as violence, making little videos where I'm covering the men's violence that they don't want to talk about, but somehow they always got some with a woman. So I'm just doing what needs to be done because not a lot of people will do it. And for the people that's here, right? For the people that is here, I know some of y'all have come from Public Offenders page. That is a friend of mine on TikTok. We never met in person, but we have a friendship that's online. I even tried to help him set up his YouTube, to get it running right, and then he figured it out. He figured it out on his own. But I have his number. We do talk. We do communicate. That's a brother. I consider him a brother. We don't agree on everything. Okay, he's not religious. He doesn't believe in God. I believe in Jesus. That's me. But on this certain dynamic, we are in common agreement. Okay, and I appreciate y'all because I know some of y'all come from over there and come over here. I do be seeing his name. Shout out Public Offender. I want him to grow. I really want him to grow. I want him to blow up. You know what I'm saying? I want him to get very big. I want to see him on panels, talking to big names in the weak man sphere, right? So he can have balanced conversation where he can actually pull up sites, statistics, studies, stats, all that, and stop letting these guys lie. Because public ain't gonna pay. Public don't got no grace. I got grace. I'll know that you lying, and I'll still play around with it. But public gonna shut it down and be like, nope, you're lying. And he'll mute their mic and everything. It's funny. It is absolutely hilarious. And you just see how many dumb people are on there. So when it comes to public, yes, that's a homeboy. Shout out to him. He was actually he popped in my TikTok about an hour ago and said what's up and called out some of the dudes. But yeah, that, like I said, that's a friend. If you don't follow him, go follow him, check him out.
Yeah.
And he over here, I love all women. I do. But I mostly focus on Black women. Public Offender focuses on women in general.
Right.
So that's another key difference between me and Mr. Public.
Right.
Go follow him.
Well, Alexander and Brent, who is Roadrunner, and DJ Torch, they focus on Black women like you. And but I sub for Public also. And he is hilarious. I mean, he just throws the line out there and just snatches them in before the hook is even in their mouth. And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing this following and subbing and moderating for the channels that I feel really, really strongly about, and that I give my 100% support to. A little bit about me. I am the second oldest of 12 kids.
12?
Yes, sir. 3 girls, 9 boys.
Okay.
The thing is that my mother only has 2 children. My mother has my older sister and myself. My dad has 12. Surprise.
So, well, I don't want to go into your business. So, is it multiple different?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. There's 5 different moms.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is that my dad had the kind of personality, he passed in 2004, but my dad had the kind of personality that he brought people together. So all of the moms got along. So all of us kids all kind of grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
My older sister and I were left in charge of everybody all the time, you know. So but out of all of us kids, the only 2 that went to college were me and my older sister. And that is because of my mom. My mother got her master's degree. Oh, I was little. It was maybe 74, 75. So my sister and I kind of grew up as suburb kids with the private schools and so on because of my mom. And my maternal grandmother lived with us, and she was kind of the stay-at-home mom while my mother worked. So, I mean, I kind of lived the suburb kid life. I was never involved with like the community or the hood, or in fact we were almost forbidden to being around like the projects. We were terrified of going anywhere near there because and out of all of us kids, my sister and I, by the time we hit 2nd grade respectively, my mom was like, she wasn't like, you need to think about if you're going to go to college. By 2nd grade, I was hearing, you need to start thinking about where you're going to go to college. So, I mean, it was throughout our whole lives, you know. And like I said, my sister and I are the only 2 out of 12 that actually went to college. My grandmother was an amazing woman, like the loving, caring, happy grandma that had snacks and everything ready for after school. My grandma was always at all of our games. My sister played volleyball and basketball. I was a cheerleader and played softball. We were both in band. So everything that happened, my grandma was there cheering us on, you know. And my mom literally gave us everything. We were spoiled. Dude, I was like 30 when I realized why, as a teenager, all of my friends wanted to hang out at our house. We would make plans.
Y'all had more than the average person.
Yeah, we would make plans, and I would be excited about, oh, we're going to go to the beach, or we're going to go roller skating, or we're going to go to the mall. And my friends are like, oh, let's just hang out at your house. And I didn't understand what the big deal was, because I thought everybody lived like we did. And I was like 30 when I realized that not everybody, when we were teenagers, had water beds in their bedrooms. Not everybody had cable in their house. And I mean, my sister and I, we had cable hookups in our bedrooms. And we had our own little living room and kitchenette upstairs. And we had an in-ground pool, and we had multiple cars. And I just thought all of my friends lived the same life that we did. So when we were teenagers, we were just like, why does everybody want to hang out at our house? I had no idea my best friend wasn't allowed to watch MTV. What? MTV was on my TV 24 hours a day. You know, so it took me a while to figure that out, but once I understood that, I realized just how many sacrifices my mother made and how hard she worked to get that master's degree and to provide for us,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the way she did. And also my grandmother being that big heart, hugs, encouragement, snacks in homemade meals and everything that she did for us. You know, and my mom and grandma's story is huge. I mean, my mom had issues that is just unbelievable. She was born 3 months premature in 1944, and the doctor said that she wouldn't make it past 6 weeks. And my mother is also, in the medical books, she had a heart condition and had heart surgery, open heart surgery, at the age of 6 years old in Indianapolis. And she's in the medical books as a juvenile having open heart surgery and living more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and then my grandmother dealt with a lot of mental, emotional, verbal, and physical abuse from her husband back in the 60s and 70s, you know, that we didn't know about until we were in our 30s, in the early 2000s. So, I mean, they went through a lot to make a better life for me and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And they get all the credit, you know. But yeah, I'm not going to go on anymore. I've been, look, my husband and my son and my daughter's two boyfriends, long-term boyfriends, they're off hunting and camping right now. Probably 15 hours away. They're up in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
doing their yearly thing, and it's just us girls. We're at like we're not at home. We have a campground at a lodge in North Carolina, so we're hanging out in the RVs because that's what we do every summer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's me, my two daughters, and my granddaughter. It's just us girls, and we're hanging out. And we've been doing shots of tequila, so you can forgive my babbling.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, thank you for
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing. We are going to make this channel grow. I promise. I will be promoting you with my other channels that I mod for, and I'm going to just throw your channel name out there every chance I get. But I want to see you and Alexander and Brent and DJ Torch. I want to see the four of you together.
We can make that happen if
having a conversation, just the four of you men. That would be amazing. Amazing.
we can make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you get in touch with them, I can make that happen.
All right, I will do that. Absolutely. And thank you and everyone in the chat. Oh my God. The ladies in the chat, so intelligent, so funny. I mean, their sarcasm and my sarcasm, it's matching up. I'm digging it. So I'm just gonna say goodnight to you, Shannon, and good night to the ladies in the chat. And everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Sweet dreams. Sleep well. Love and light to everyone.
You too, ma'am. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate you sharing the story, and I appreciate you helping me with my channel growing. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. My pleasure.
Good night.
Have a good night.
You too. I mean, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all. One day at a time, y'all. One day at a time. Anyway, y'all have a good night. This was a fun conversation.